All right, I'm not sure if we are alive yet. Okay, I think we are live. Hello, everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. I hope my voice coming good and clear from your side. Let me know, please, if you hear me and everything is working as it should be. Uh, let's see here. All right, looks like we are fine. As you see, we are going in the wrong time. Let's say, like, not the time really usually I go, just to give a chance for people who live in Asia to join us. I got some requests from people from Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia. They're from Asia, asking me if I can go live in a time where it's good for them. So I said, okay, I will try. It's not easy, but we can make it happen from time to time. So we will see really if we are able to invite more people to join us, and if I see that this time can bring people here, so they can listen and they can learn, then why not? I will make a schedule for it, maybe once or even twice a week. Why not? But if nobody join us, then that's mean, I'm not really doing the right thing. Uh, so help us to invite your friends and let us see together if Islam is a good religion for people in Asia. As you see the title here, uh, it's about Indonesian ustaz, but if you go in the description, you will see it says Muhammad was sent to the Arab or Asian. Those Muhammadans who they made a business out of Islam, like this guy. Uh, his name is Ustad Adi Hidayat. Adi Hidayat. Actually, I found a picture which is very funny. A picture of the top Ustad in Indonesia, and the funny is, one of them is a female. And in Arabic, you don't call a female Ustad. That is even stupid. And this is telling you that those who they are the one who teach you about Islam in Asia, they don't even know what they are talking about. They are even using the wrong words. No wonder that Indonesian people, they were praying for the wrong direction for hundreds of years. And those who call Ustad, so-called Ustad, they did not notice. Yet they are the one who claim to be knowledgeable. Until Western people, they told you, like, you know what, you are praying to Somalia, not to Saudi Arabia. And not to forget to mention that praying in the direction of Saudi Arabia is impossible. But because your God is an idiot, and he taught you that the earth is a flat, so you think he can do it. Otherwise, the earth, it's impossible. The shape of the earth will not allow you to pray in direction of anything. Because whatever direction you go to, you are going to hit the empty space. But stupidity is amazing. I found this video uh, in YouTube, and like I don't speak Indonesian language in order to get those Abdul busted in what they are saying, but I found this video in English. So if you can find me some videos in English from the Abdul Ustaz, please let me know. You can send me the links in Patreon, or maybe here under the chat, and I will check them out so we can laugh together at those how people they present to you is their religion. Uh, Let us play this video together. And now he's talking to someone, he's a Filipino, which is a nice, companion, like, okay, Filipino, Indonesian. So now we are really hitting the target. It's Asia. So let us see the conversation and how funny it is.
So
We can give it to
so you
you.
have to add in the first my name
Yeah,
with
okay.
Asep.
Yeah, right.
Or Asep Adi Hidayat.
Yeah, right. Sure.
All right, that's so interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
All right,
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So, Mr. Always says Asep.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Sometimes we call
Just the
Asep with
name,
master
okay.
because he also teach me English. Yeah, we are
Alhamdulillah.
learning English
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
And Alhamdulillah, if I have
The pleasure
leisure
is
time.
mine.
Yeah. What do you think about Ramadan?
Ramadan, yeah, I told you is the time for self-reflection, especially.
Right.
Ramadan is a time for self-reflection, especially at night. I cannot beat that. You know, in the month of Ramadan, the Muslim they eat like elephants. This is why the price of food in the month of Ramadan goes so crazy and so wild in Muslim countries. Is that really because they are doing self-reflection or because they are eating non-stop? So simply the month of Ramadan, it's a pagan month. It's a practice of the pagan before Islam. And the name of the month is not made by Muhammad, is is made by the pagan Arab, sorry, by the pagan Arab, coming from thirst. If you go to the Arab calendar and you ask the Muslims, is this calendar, the names of the months, is it created after Islam or before Islam? They will say to you right away, this is the same calendar exists before Islam. So that month, all the months in the Islamic year is named by the Arab pagans. And here you ask yourself, how Ramadan become the month of the Muslims if this is the same month was practiced by the pagan Arab before Islam, simply because Islam and the Arab pagan are the same. It's the same religion, they continue practicing the same thing. When Muhammad he announced himself to be a prophet, he tried to distance himself from the pagan Arab in the beginning, hoping that the Christians and the Jews they will allow him to join with them. So he said he believed in Isa, he said he believed in Abraham, he said he believed in the Torah, he believed in the Injil, which is very funny because this is the Greek word, and Muhammad he believed in the Greek book of Isa. But the Quran says that Allah he sent Isa to the children of Israel, but he sent him to the Israeli with the book in Greek. Anyway, Muhammad as the Quran in chapter 9, verse number 60, 60 from 60 to 69, it says he's an ear. He's an ear. What does that mean? He is a person who listen and he copy and he paste. So Muhammad is an ear. Uh, and one of the ears of Muhammad capture the word Quran. And because he is nothing but an ear, which means he have no self-belief, he is just copying others. Anything he hear, you know, we mentioned to you last time how he took, you know, if you go to verse number 61, if you remember, we showed you how Muhammad, he saw the Jews fasting, uh, and the Muslim, they claim it was the fast of Ashura. So Muhammad, he says to the Jews, he said to them, what is this? Why you are fasting? They said, this is the day where Allah saved Moses crossing the sea from Pharaoh. Muhammad, he said, all right, no problem. You know what? We have more rights on Moses more than you. So he just stole Moses from the Jews. And he commanded the Muslims to start fasting the month of or the day of Ashura. And not only that, he claimed that if you fast the month of Ashura, the sin of the previous year is going to be demolished. Imagine the guy, he just heard of it. He never heard of it before. And then suddenly, I don't know why my keyboard not switching to Arabic. I'm trying to type in Arabic. All right, now it's working. Ashura, and you will see many references, in fact, that was a day for the pagan, had nothing to do with the Jews. But according to Muslims, this is the day of the Jews. And then Muhammad, he copied the Jews, and then he starts saying that if you fast the day of Ashura, and this is the 10th of Muharram, you know, that will destroy all the sin for the previous year. In fact, Muhammad in the last day of his life, or last year, they asked him, but you know, this is the day where the Jews practice how we practice with the Jews. And you told us we should change. So he said, okay, next year we will not do it in the same day with them. But he did not live for the next year. So if you go here, you will see how Muhammad, uh, read with me carefully. Quraysh used to fast the day of Ashura in the pre-Islamic period. And the apostle too used to fast that day. And when he came to Medina, he fasted on that day. Okay, so what the Arab, and here you see how the Muslims are so confused about who this day belong to who, because Islam is just a a jumpy yo-yo religion. They don't know what they are talking about. Everyone, this hadith says so, that hadith says so. They oppose each other, and the Muslim, they go in the limbo. So now this day is coming from who? Is it coming from the Jews, as other hadith says, or it's coming from the pagan Arab? What the pagan Arab had to do with the Jews? Nothing. All right. Uh, if you go here, Muhammad suddenly he decide that Ashura is not important. Like what? You told them, you command them to fast the day. You told them if they fast this day, that will erase all your sin in the previous year. And now Muhammad, he changed his mind because now he came with Ramadan. So now it says, you know what? You have a choice to fast it or not. Do you see how Muhammad, he abrogated his cult? If this is from God, well, if Allah told Muhammad that fasting this day will erase your sin, how this is up to you? I mean, this is very important. This is very important more than Ramadan, because I mean, Ramadan will not do that. One day of Ashura will erase your sin. The hadith after it says, during the pre-Islamic period of the ignorance, Muslim, they claim that in their time is not time of ignorance. The Arab before Islam, they are ignorant, and Muhammad now supposedly is not. They used to observe the fasting of the day of Ashura. Okay, Muslims, who is the one want to call us and tell us why you are observing the fast of Ashura? If this is the day for the Arab pagan, what the Arab pagan were observing? Any Muslim can tell us? And why Muhammad fasted it? And why Muhammad he commanded it? And why he said fasting this day will erase your sin for the previous year? And then how come it become not important? Do you see how stupid this garbage religion is? Muhammad is just trying to establish a religion. The Christian, they have fasting, the Jews have fasting, the Arab pagan, they have fasting, so he need to have fasting. So whoever he meet in the street, he copy from them. He copy the Arab, then he copy the Jews, then he copy the Sabian. The fasting of Ramadan is the fasting of the Sabian. The Sabian are people who believe that there is every month there is a new moon. Every month there is a new moon, not the same moon. So there is a moon of Ramadan. There's a moon. It's called the moon of Ramadan. When that moon appear, we do fast. And that moon is the crescent moon. This is why if we go in the Quran, we will find this. And here you notice the connection between the moon and Islam. You see in fact, all those months, the word month in Arabic is not exist. There's no word month. If I type the word which is used today as month, the word shahr, in fact, the word shahr has nothing to do with the word month. The word shahr is a moon. The word shahr is a moon. It's not math. How we can prove that? If we type the word Ramadan in the Quran, chapter 2, verse number 185. You will notice here, the first thing it says in the top, the month of Ramadan. That's false. The moon of Ramadan. How we prove it? In fact, they get themselves busted. Why? Look what it says. So whoever of you cite the Ramadan, sorry, the Shahr, whoever of you cite the Shahr of Ramadan, cite, how you can cite it if it's a month? You cannot cite it. So what Shahr is? And between two bracket, it says crescent moon. Do you see it? The crescent moon. So when you cite the crescent moon, which is the moon of Ramadan, then you start fasting. Are you with me? So the fasting that day is starting by citing certain moon. That moon is the crescent moon. That is Ramadan. The Sabi and they believe that the crescent moon appear, Ramadan started, and then they used to go to different city to welcome the new moon. There's a new moon. So they start the fasting in one city, and then they go to the other city to receive the new moon when it's appear, and that will be the end of fasting. So Muhammad, this is not just about the moon calendar. Moon calendar is normal. I mean, there's many nations they practice it, including the Jews. This is not about the moon calendar now. This is about religious practice. This is not just about moon calendar. So Ramadan is a certain moon appear in a certain time, and that is a crescent moon. When we sight the moon, we do have Ramadan. So Ramadan is not a month. Ramadan is the crescent moon, which is called Ramadan. So Shahru Ramadan, the moon of Ramadan, the word Shahr, even though today in Arabic we use the word Shahr as a word mean month, but if you go right now, check in Hebrew or in Aramaic, you will find that the word Shahr mean moon. Even in Hebrew, you know, you can go right now, check yourself. You will find that the word Shahr mean moon. The word Shahr does not mean month. So now we go back to the video, and this Abdul is trying to fool us, telling us that the month of Ramadan is the month about self-reflection. How you self-reflection in Ramadan? Your prophet, he used to suck the tongue of Aisha while he is fasting. Does it sound like somebody is fasting? So now I'm fasting, and though I go to my wife and I touch her breast, excuse my language, and I put my tongue in her mouth, and that is supposedly what is called fasting and self-reflection. Listen carefully.
And we can improve our ibadah, right?
That's good.
Yeah, as well as but beside, I mean, without ignoring our daily activities. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
You know the purpose of Ramadan, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, in the Surah Al-Baqarah, the verse 183, Allah said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykum as-siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. So Allah says in the Holy Quran that Allah wants to all of Muslim when they do fasting, but to reach the pity, right? The taqwa.
Taqwa.
Actually, he skipped something very important. He mentioned, he says, as it is, became an obligation for people before you. So what Ramadan is? Kutiba alaykum as-salat. As it was, it is made for you a fard, which means is an obligation. The same as for the people before you, the pagan Arab and the pagan Sabian. Did you hear it? So if we go right now to show you the verse he mentioned, I mean, it's just a collection of paganism, and Muhammad trying to make himself like he's a prophet. He have religion. Hold on. This is the verse he mentioned, and here you will see a clear evidence that Muhammad is just trying to copy people who was there before them. O who you believe, observe a psalm between two brackets fasting is prescribed for you as was prescribed for those who before you. Do we need more proof that Muhammad is just copying people before him? Do we need? We just use what this potato ustaz he said. Same time, the word siyam, Som. Do Muslims even have fasting? Som is you simply the word fast. The first thing you come to your mind is stop eating, right? Like you don't eat. But do Muslims fast in Ramadan? They don't. All what they do is just switching the time where they eat. So if I eat in the morning, my breakfast, well, now my breakfast will be if the sunset would like depend in the time, like in the summertime is different, in the winter time is different. So if my breakfast was at 7 a.m. in the morning, well, now it's going to be 7 p.m. or maybe 5 p.m. depending how fast the sun set. All right. But so where is the fasting? Did I fast? I was sleeping all night. I'm not drinking. I'm not eating. I'm not doing anything. Just sleeping. So now what Muslims do? They sleep all day. If you go all over the Middle East, you will see the month of Ramadan is the month of death. There's nothing. In fact, all Muslims they take vacation in the month of Ramadan so they can go to the nightclubs in different countries. In the month of Ramadan, you will find hundreds of thousands of Muslims going around the world to Thailand or Philippines or anywhere so they can, do what Muslims do for shopping. So yet they claim that they are doing fasting, but this is not fasting. You know that this has nothing to do with fasting. The Christians, if you go to the Orthodox Church or even Catholic, but Orthodox, they practice 40 plus 50 as a must, which means 90 days as a must, and plus every day in the week or 2 days, some of them they practice, they do fasting. But the fasting of the Christians is so different. The first thing of fasting or practice of fasting is not about just really food. Fasting is about controlling yourself from desire. Food is the easiest one. Food is the easiest desire to control. I mean, if a human being cannot control his desire to food, I mean, that means he control nothing really. But there's a bigger desire, like sexual desires, addiction desire, like, smoking, drinking, party, some things which is not right to do. Otherwise, the food alone is not really a big deal. It doesn't make you really a good person if you don't eat, does it? In fact, there's a lot of hookers, most of them, they fast a lot. They don't eat. They spend the whole day without food so they can be skinny. But doesn't change that they are hookers and they are prostitute. And then they call themselves a model. This is like they have a new fashion name, like, What do you do for a living? I'm a model. Okay. So she is fasting all day long. In fact, some of them they don't eat even for 2 days. But that doesn't change you. So what fasting from food will do? How that can make you a better person? So the whole fasting point in Islam is not there actually, because you don't. It's not food. You know what Jesus said. Islam he tried. Muhammad he tried to copy the Jews and the Christians, but he missed the whole point of the purpose of things to do. As an example, uh, food. What is forbidden? What is not? The Messiah he gave us the true meaning. It's not what go in your mouth make you dirty. It's what come from your mouth, and this is true. So Muhammad he focused in practice, pagan practice, but he didn't focus on reality. He don't focus on reality. He don't focus on what is important. So now I'm fasting, then I go to my wife's bedroom and I suck her tongue. So did I really fast? Any Muslim? Did Muhammad really fast? And you Muslim, you do the same. How he is fasting, and now Muhammad is doing a person sucking the tongue of his wife. You see, I see nothing wrong with a man kissing his wife, doing whatever he wants. I mean, this is they are wife and husband, right? But this is not the topic now. He is fasting and he is practicing sex. What is the fasting exactly we are talking about? If I go right now to the hadith, to the Muslim website, and let us see, let us search for this. What is this? The Prophet, he used to go around and kiss his wives while he is fasting. Ah, ha, ha, ha. She laughed. Ha, 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 ha. What is this? If this is the Prophet, this is the Prophet himself. This is not the neighbor. When Aisha, she said, he used to suck my tongue. He used to suck her tongue. That explain what kind of fasting we're talking about. This is not just, I mean, what kind of kissing. It's not just like maybe kissing her cheek or, maybe her forehead. No. وَيَمُصُّ لِسَانَهَا. And he sucked her tongue. So when the Muslim they talk about fasting, let us open Google browser so we can show you what we are talking about. Give me a second, because I'm not sure if I can find the hadith in English. I will try actually. Let us try. Let us try first to find the hadith in English about Muhammad sucking the tongue of Aisha. Ah, here we go. Hmm. Ah, we found it in English, even better. You cannot beat that, can you? And for sure, the Muslim, they will say to you, this is da'if. But this is according to the Al-Albani. But it is sahih according to Sunan Ibn Dawud. Al-Albani is a guy who ran away from debating me. He's dead now. The coward. He used to have, you know, like a group of a chat. I offer him a debate, and he, a potato. You know, they claim that his eyesight is not good. He is old. He cannot debate. Anyway, so the Prophet used to suck her tongue. Not only he kissed his wives. This ramble garbage. No, actually, ramble is very good. I like it. I'm satisfied with it. And if you guys don't like it, don't come here. No problem. Don't come. At least here we can say what we want, and we are not worrying about the garbage. The garbage is YouTube, not here. The garbage is YouTube. I can't even keep my videos there. I'm making videos for the last 20 years, and I have 0 videos in my channel. So where is the garbage? People have hundreds of videos of mine. I cannot have them in my channel. So if you don't like it, don't come here. Nobody's forcing you. I think I'm going to stay on Rumble, and I will forget about YouTube. Even though there I have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, I better grow a community here. And who like it. You can join. You don't like it, yeah, go watch cartoon. We are not here to entertain you. We are here to say and share the truth. Yeah, we cannot do anything in YouTube. I mean, I cannot do anything. And not only that, can you believe it, that here I have only 2,000 subscribers. And then after a day, you will have maybe 9, 10,000 view. And then in YouTube, I have 155,000. And then I get 16,000, 20,000 view. They obviously, they play with the numbers. There's no way a channel have 2,000 here will do the same or double of a channel have 155,000. All right. So anyway, you know, it's up to you. You like it, you can join us. So as you see, when the Muslims they speak about fasting, the fasting is not exist. This is not how what is the purpose of fasting? The purpose of fasting is teaching yourself how to control your desire. Is Muhammad controlling his desire? Which one is more important? To control my sexual desire or food? Are you with me? Which one is more important? Switching the day and the time of the food? Instead of eating at daytime, I eat at night. And not only that, Muslims in Ramadan, they eat like cows. They don't even fast. What do you mean fasting? Expensive food, you know. So this is, you're not fasting. You are eating more. If you go right now and check about prices of food of Ramadan, like you can search right now, why food price in Ramadan goes skyrocketing? Why food price in Ramadan? I'm not going to type the word after I'm typing out. Hold on. Why food price in Ramadan? I just typed that. I did not type the rest. You will find the answer right away in Google that price of food in Ramadan goes skyrocketing. You know, if nobody buy gas price will go down, right? If nobody buy anything. And food, especially vegetables, meat, I mean, this is have to sell it, otherwise it's going to damage. You cannot keep it in the forever. So if people are preventing themselves from eating a lot and eating less, the price of food will not go crazy. In fact, in the month of Ramadan, most of Muslims they end bankrupt. They borrow money because they cannot afford it. Why? Because Muslims are not fasting. Muslims are eating way more. So when those people they tell us about the meaning of Ramadan, we laugh. What Ramadan you are talking about?
So actually, the opposite
Yeah.
of lust,
Yeah.
nafsu, is
Yeah.
taqwa.
Yeah, right.
So both of our
Yeah.
are opposite each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So when we can press our lust,
Yeah.
nafsu, we can improve our taqwa.
All right.
So
When we compress ourselves, we can increase our taqwa. Okay, if you ask this guy, are you allowed to suck the tongue of your wife? He will say yes during the fasting. So now he compressed himself. Why? By changing the time of his meal. But all kind of sexual activities like kissing, licking, excuse me, is okay. He is compressing himself. The Prophet was compressing himself a lot. Do you see how you compress yourself? This is a lot of compress, my friend. So those liars who they are making business out of the religion, they try to fool you and make you believe that Ramadan is really a month where you train yourself to be a person who fear God. And here we have to stop with the word taqwa. Taqwa, if you ask a Muslim what taqwa is, he will say fear God. Okay. So you Muslims, you obey Allah because you fear God, not because you believe in God. This is what Islam is about. Islam is religion by fear, not by belief. So now because Allah, He made it obligation. You see, when I say fasting, if fasting is a true in Islam, then fasting should not be an obligation, forcing people to do it. Fasting should be an act of a believer. Are you with me? So if I decide to fast from sin, this is fasting. This is the best fasting if you can do it, right? It's an act of belief, not an act of obligation. Because when you are doing an obligation, because somebody forcing you, that means you don't believe. You are doing it just because it became an obligation, not because you believe in it. So if we say it's up to you, then you do it. Or it's up to me. If fasting is meant to control ourselves, as you see, Muhammad is not controlling himself, and neither the Muslims. They do everything wrong in the month of Ramadan. And then, actually, in the month of Ramadan is the most idiotic month ever. You speak to a Muslim, you go on the street, don't talk to me, I'm Ramadan, I'm fasting now, please, don't. Like, he is so angry, he is unhappy, he is have no patience, that's it. So now suddenly, his fasting become an excuse of all kind of arrogant and even violent. In fact, if you check in Google, you will find that in the month of Ramadan, violent increase in a massive way. Not to forget to mention that the month of Ramadan cause a lot of death. Anyone knows why? Anyone knows why? When a person change uh, his daily routine of food, change up, like upside down. that will cause a lot of a problem for the body. And this is why, according to Muslim study, not mine, that Ramadan increases the risk of heart attack. Read with me. Risk of heart attack after suhoor. What is suhoor? You know, this is the practice of Ramadan, like the Passover. They are explaining to you. So after you do eat, because now you are eating like an elephant. Oh, I eat, man. Fasting, yeah. Eat and drink, eat and drink, you know. And then your body is not. What's going on with the body? I mean, this is strange. You put a lot of stress on your body because you eat too much, and then you have a heart attack. And a lot of Muslims die in the month of Ramadan because of that. So, do Allah knew that the way the setup of this fasting is wrong, or He don't? So when those people they try to to sell out for us Ramadan, we laugh at it because this is not really what God wants. God don't want somebody to sleep at night, eat in the daytime, sorry, eat in the nighttime and sleep in the daytime, and now he exceed the limit or destroy himself and go and have a heart attack. That's not what God wants. This is your Muslim study. This is not my study. Heavy meals and fasting without suhoor trigger heart attack. Risk of heart attack after suhoor during Ramadan. Dr. Timur Kakanaka. I don't know what the name is. This is, I don't know, some maybe Indonesian, I'm not sure. Professor of etc., who noted that heart attack complication coincides, like, it happened during the hour of Ramadan. Okay, and then you can read the article. So, is the month of Ramadan really doing its job? We are eating way more. We are eating like mules. We suck the tongue of our wife during the daytime, especially if the wife, she is 6 years old. Praise be to Allah, you are a pedophile now, and you have a certification from Allah to practice it. And now you stay the whole day, you are not eating or drinking, and then boom, Ramadan, the end of fasting, and then you start eating like a donkey, and then you die. Not to mention other complications for the body, but this is at least the most, I mean, this is the most dangerous we can mention. And maybe there is other about sugar, diabetes, all kind of garbage. So is that really what the month of Ramadan can do, help us with? Let me see. Do we have any Muslim? No, nobody. If you are a Muslim and you like to join us, please feel free. Let us see. My Skype is open. If you are Abdul from Indonesia or any other Asian country or anywhere, feel free to call us. Let us see how good you are. So now we understand that the month of Ramadan have nothing to do with fasting. And I find it very amazing that Ramadan is the month of hypocrisy, not the month of fasting reading. I remember when I was when I was a kid, I go to a kid in my age. He come to my house, I go to his house. I go there. We eat cookies. His father is eating, his mom is eating, his brother is eating, his sister is eating. And my favorite is to go eat cookies. So he invite me usually when his mom, she make cookies. This is the only time he can get me to go with him. So I go to his house. We eat cookies. It's Ramadan. His parents are eating cookies. Uh, when we are going to go to leave the house, he stopped me. He said, "Wait, wait." I said, "What?" He went to the kitchen and he started touching his lips with with his tongue, and then he put salt over his lips. Salt. I said, "What are you doing?" He could not talk, like, because the salt is stuck with. He don't want to talk. So, like he says, "You need wait, wait." So after he put the salt, and he did it a couple of times, he said, "Because now my dad, he do that. Now your lips will look dry, so people in the street will not know that you were eating." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, look, they are dry, not like yours." Oh, I said, "Okay." So like now in the street, people will think you were fasting. He said, "Yeah, my dad, my mom, everybody in the house, we do that. That's why we have this dish of salt on the table in Ramadan. There's a big dish. What they do, they put their lips on it. They put their lips." I said to him, "This is why I noticed your dad, he have some salt in his mustache." So they are fasting Ramadan, but in reality they are not. Do we have any Muhammadan dare to call us? Anyone? The Islamic society, they practice nothing but a hypocrisy act. The month of Ramadan is not the month of fasting, is the month of eating. In the Bible, Jesus said, when you fast, don't do the same as those hypocrites. They want everybody knows that they are fasting. That's what the Muslims do. They are the hypocrite. This is a religion of hypocrisy. This is why you don't see a Christian talking about himself fasting. Or, okay, I have to go and pray. We don't. Jesus warned us not to pray like those hypocrites who pray in the corner. Why in the corner? Because they want people to see them from every direction, not only one direction. So he go in the corner, like what Muslims do. They go in the park, they go in the street, they go in the corner of the street. He put his rag in the top of the car to pray. So everybody will see him. They are hypocrite, following the devil Muhammad. But when you check what make a person good, you will find none of those exist in their society. Like, I beat my wife, but I fast Ramadan. We have a Muslims in the chat. Why you don't join us, my friend? Join us and prove us wrong. You're welcome. My Skype is in the description. All what you need to do, open your Skype, click at my link. I have it for you. Like there, I said vol me, I meant call me. Call me in Skype and prove me wrong. Is that fair? If you really have a religion and you are proud about it, then you should join us and get this guy busted. And you are more than welcome. I will speak to you in a friendly way. As long as you are friendly, I will be more friendly to you. Can you do so? Any Muhammadan who would like to join us? You claim Islam teach you good things. I don't see it. Ramadan is a very ugly thing. Ramadan is a very ugly practice. First of all, it shows how you as a poor person, if you are a poor person, the month of Ramadan will be a month of humility, disgusting, will bankrupt you, will destroy your life, actually. The month of Ramadan have nothing to do with religion as much it is about culture now. And if we try to make it go to the religion, then we have to go to the Arab, who they are pagan, and the Sabian specifically, who Muhammad copied them. What is the purpose of Ramadan? What the purpose of Islam? Nothing. How many wives this guy he have? If you Muslims claim that fasting can teach you discipline, the fasting you do, how come you cannot fast from having more wives? Isn't it one is enough? How come Muhammad did not have one wife or even four? Muhammad is above Islam, actually. Muhammad, he says Muslim can have four, he have unlimited. Did Muhammad teach himself how to be disciplined and how to fast from his sexual desires? Why he want to keep having more and more and more women? Are you with me, guys? If a person really want to do fast, the most important thing is not exist in Islam. What food? You don't fast from sex. You don't fast from having more wives. You don't fast from having sex with the children. You don't fast from sucking your tongue, the tongue of your wives. So where are you fasting? Where is your fasting? You know, when God, he created Adam, you see the Muslim, they say to you, Islam is a religion of fitra. You ask them what fitra mean. He says natural thing, natural thing. Okay. So was it natural when Adam and Eve were in heaven, or it was not natural? So how come Adam, God created for him one wife? The Muslims, because they are following a pervert, he told them the natural thing, like, you know, you see the video of Lili Dawa, he speak about being a man, he liked to have more wives. This is the natural thing. This is a natural thing. This is not the opposite, no. This is the natural thing. But all of us, we knew that when Muhammad, he copied the story of Adam and Eve from other belief, which has nothing to do with him. He made a big mistake. God created only Adam and Eve. And if we go and read the hadith of Muhammad about Adam and Eve children, we will find each one of them, he married only one wife. So if Muhammad claimed that Adam was a Muslim, why Adam have only one wife? Can't God create for him right away four? You might say, okay, with God, he created only one. Well, obviously one is enough. That's why he created only one. How Adam was able to be in heaven with one? Shouldn't he complain to Allah? They say, Allah, what's wrong with you? This is heaven now? You think heaven can be with one woman? I want more. This is not heaven. So you fake discipline. You claim that you are a person who obey God, but in fact you are not. All right. Do we have any Muhammadan here who would like to join us? Any Muhammadan, he think he is capable of talking to me. You see, we challenge your ustaz, and I want you Muslims to carry my message to your ustaz and tell them why they don't dare to debate me. If the excuse is English, well, as you see, he speak English. Guys, isn't this guy speaking English? He do, right?
We have when we this lost control to our taqwa, so the lust will will improve. Yeah, the grow up.
See, he speak English. So do he have an excuse not to challenge, to accept that challenge of a Christian prince and debate me? He can bring with him as many Muslims he needs to support him in such a debate. I actually advise him because he will be destroyed miserably, him and his religion. So I advise him to bring all the Ustad with him. Abdul Samud, anyone, all of you. You don't have a religion. Islam is not even religion. Islam is a joke. And now look what they are focusing in. If you fast, huh? Okay, what about you fasting from taking money when you do speech? I saw the article that Ustad Abdul Samud, he charged $5,000 for each time he make a speech. Can we accept $5 for a hamburger? Why you need $5,000 to make a speech? So you come here and you want to give us a speeches about, compressing ourselves and learning how to control ourselves, and then we make fortune from Islam. And we take the money from the poor Indonesians. How many Indonesians they need to work to make $5,000? Are you really fasting? So we fast in Ramadan and then we suck the money of everybody around us. We fast in Ramadan during the daytime and then we eat the whole elephant at nighttime. We fast in Ramadan from food, but we don't fast from sucking the tongues of our wives. Are we really fasting? Who is a Muhammadan here can join us? Let us continue hearing this Abdul and see what he will say.
So we do Salah. We do more Salah, not only for the Fardu, right? We add also with Sunnah, Rawatib or Ramatib, Rawatib.
Okay, hold on. And now we do Salat. We ate now, we go to the mosque. We do Salah. All right. Why? But why we are doing Salah? Any Muslim can tell me why we are doing Salah? Why Muslim they do Salah? The Muslim Salah is the most stupid Salah ever. Salah mean a prayer. Salah mean a prayer. The Muslim here repeat what Allah he said. So you are not doing Salah, you are just a repeating machine. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay, hold on. This is what Allah said. You are not praying. Prayer is you communicate with your Lord. You speak to him from your heart. You are just saying what Allah said. So imagine you have a kid. Let us say you have a son. He call you every day 5 times. You answer the phone. He starts saying to you, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Look, what the heck? And then he hang up on you. And then he call you again. 3 hours after. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Abdul, isn't this what I said? Why you are saying to me what I'm saying? No, you are not praying to God. You are saying what he said to you. What is your prayer? How in the world repeating the same words 5 times a day can be called a prayer? Not only you repeat the prayer, you repeat what Muhammad did. Put your hand here, put your hand there, go down in your knee. It's just a boring, stupid repeating forever. What was the purpose? Nothing. Nothing. What was the purpose of my prayer? I did not even pray. I just said what Allah said. And not to forget to mention that the prayer of Muslims never been received. Why? There's many problems with Muslim prayer. As an example, if I go first of all and I type the word fart, I go to the search engine here, I will type in English, fart. Type in Arabic. Okay, I just type fart. Look what happened with fart. It's not accepted, the prayer, if a person he fart. So now you go and you do ablution with dead dogs and women blood from period and garbage as Muhammad did, and now you suddenly, you know, farted. Your prayer cannot be accepted. Then we have a question. Well, if the farts stay inside you, you are more clean, or if the fart go out of you. Just to show you how stupid Islam is. You know, when a person he fart, what he do? He just release a gas, correct? Okay, so now we keep the gas inside us, we are clean? Or we are cleaner after we fart? Guys, do you see the idea how stupid it is? So if am I cleaner if I dump my poo-poo or I keep my poo-poo? Which one make me cleaner? So if the point is a cleaning, you miss the point. Farting inside you is still there. What difference going to make? Are you really clean? What is this? And why God will judge the little you? I mean, you are just a creature He made. He made you this way. So now you have a problem. Maybe you have maybe you are sick. Maybe you could not control yourself. You know, you farted. That's it. Your God cannot accept your why your prayer will arrive to Allah with your fart. What is this? If you say to me that the Prophet is teaching me how to be clean, well, your Prophet never taught you how to be clean, because look how a Prophet he teach himself, or how he prepare himself for prayer. He takes shower with dead dogs and women blood from period and garbage. So which one is more clean? Dead dogs in the water, which I am doing ablution with, or fart? Read it. Dead dogs, women of blood from period, and stinking things. Do you see the word stinking? So where is your God? What is the position of your God from Muhammad taking ablution, which means to get ready to meet Allah, with dead dogs and women of blood from period, and all of this in a water in the size of a jacuzzi? And this is not a spring of water. This is a water which is a swamp, dirty water. This is why people they are throwing garbage in it. It's not good for drinking. You see, this is desert. In the desert, nobody will pollute the water. Water is very, very priceless. So what this water is about? This is the water of women who do laundry, women who do wash things. The water go to the lower part of the town in a little hole. It's called bi'ru bidaa, which means the well of garbage. And this is why we find in it garbage. This is why it's called bi'ru bidaa. So now Muhammad getting ready to meet with Allah and taking shower with dead dogs. And then he says to you, if you fart, your God don't accept your prayer. Is Muhammad now after the shower is a cleaner? with dead dogs? Which one will make you more dirty? A water in a size like, 6 foot wide, and it's very low as water, like maybe 2 or 3 foot high maximum. Even there's different hadith says it did not even reach his private area, his private part. And even the guy, he put his sheet over it. This is how small it is. His clothing, he measured it with his clothes. So it's very small water, has all those things, dead dogs, women blood, rags, stinking things. And now we are washing ourselves in the middle of it. Yet, if you do fart, that's it, your prayer is not accepted. Here we notice that the whole idea of cleaning is not exist in Islam. It's just a stupid idea. It's false. It's fake. The guy is messed up. In fact, what you see in front of you is a clear proof that Muhammad is suffering from mental illness. There's no way a person who have some intelligence will do this. And that's why the people, they were asking him, how we do that? Is it really right? And then what Muhammad said, oh, the water is made pure and nothing make it impure. But guess what? Your piss is water. If water is always pure, nothing make it impure, then all your piss is water. What is it? And your piss, 90% or maybe more of it is just water. So now water is always pure. Nothing make it impure. So why, if you pee, why, if you fart, okay, this is all is a form of water. What is this? He's just an idiot creating religion. He just make up rules. That's why Muhammad, he make up a rule in the morning, sometime he forbid it afternoon. Even the tafsir says that the Arab, they were laughing at him and they were saying to the Muslims, your prophet, he make an obligation in the morning and he forbid it in the same second day. Like you just see something right now. What happened? People, they complain, they find it stupid. So Muhammad is, okay, don't do it, tomorrow, okay, what the heck is this? Is it from God or is it from you? Obviously, Muhammad is a false prophet. You don't make an obligation from God and then you change it in the same more day, less than 24 hours. If you go in the Quran here as an example, you will see when Allah, he made a verse and he caused people to forget it. Hold on. He abrogate verses or he caused it to be forget. Like, why you are doing that? Because I want to bring you something similar or better? This verse alone, by the way, is enough to destroy the garbage of Muhammad. Do we have any Muhammadan? Remember, uh, people who they are like, I'm going in this time specifically so I can have conversation with people from Asia. So please invite your friends. Share the link. We are trying to give a different time for people who they are living in Asia so you can join us. So help us. Otherwise, why I want to come here again at the same time like now? That's not a suitable time for USA. What is this? Chapter 2, verse 106. Whatever verses of Revelation we do abrogate or cause to be forgotten, we bring better one or similar. What? Allah is going to make better Quran than the previous Quran? Allah, He abrogate a verse to make something better? Why He was not? Sure. What is this? And Allah, He caused you to forget the Quran? I thought the Muslim, they say that, we memorize the Quran. It turned to be the one who make you forget the Quran is Allah. It's in front of you. Any Muhammadan? Who is a Muhammadan like to join us? Anyone? So you will see the Muslim sheikhs or so-called ustad, they call themselves ustad, focusing in stupid things. Brother, the phone call. Assalamu alaikum. Brother, shall I use toilet paper made in America to clean my bum? Or it's better to use water? Hmm. That is a serious question. A woman, she called the sheikh about how to take hair from her vagina area. The sheikh, he have the answer. This is Islam. What is the religion in your religion? There's no religion. All of it is about shaving your private area, shaving underarm, eating ice cream, masturbating. Zero spiritual life. All is about food and sex. Food and sex. And when you decide to be spiritual, what do? You repeat what Allah told you. And then, after you commit all kind of sin in the world, you just go to your bed and you say a sentence 100 times, and your sin will be totally erased. Very easy. Easy teasy. 100 times, brother. You say Bismillahi wa bihamdihi 100 times, your sin is erased even if it is more than the foam of the ocean. Is it easy? You see how easy it is? This is religion. Hmm? That's it. I say Bismillahi wa bihamdihi 100 times, brother. My sin will be gone even if they are more than foam of the sea. This is religion. But remember, I cannot pray to Allah after I fart. No, 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 no. But I can say Bismillah wa bihamdihi 100 times and all my fart is gone. By the way, can I say that before fart or after fart? So you go and you do all kind of crazy stuff, and then you say at the end of the night, Bismillah, and not, you have to say it in Arabic, by the way. You cannot say it in Indonesian. You cannot. You have to say it like this. Look, this is what they type it for you in Latin letters. Bismillah. Whoever says Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. That's it. You don't speak Arabic, no problem. Just repeat the sound. Repeat the sound. And then all your sin will be erased. This is religion. Do you see how easy teasy this cult? This is from God. Do we have any Muhammadan would like to join us? Who is a brave Muhammadan would like to join us? Bismillahi wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah. Praise God, praise Allah, Allah in the name of the God, you know. So and thanks to Him. That's it. 100 times. And why 100 times? What about if I say it 101? Please refrain from using bad words, otherwise we have to mute you in the chat. Don't use bad language. If you use a bad language, then I have no choice except to mute you. I can give you a warning for some time. This is not a Sneeko page. He keeps saying the F word every 2 seconds, and we are not people of the F word. Do we have any Muhammadan? Don't worry, Muhammadan. If you call me and you commit 1,000 million sin, don't worry. Before you go to bed, you say Bismillahi wa bihamdihi 100 times. What say you? See how easy it is? So why I want to fast Ramadan? I mean, what the heck with this religion? Why I even want to pray? I just say Bismillah wa bihamdihi 100 times. Is it easy? Like, you are going to do shopping, walking in the street, Bismillah wa bihamdihi, Bismillah wa bihamdihi, Bismillah wa bihamdihi. It take you maybe a minute to finish it, and that's it. And then everything you did the whole day long, all sex, bribe, cheating, lying, all is gone, brother. Just 100 times. So why I want to go to the mosque? And why you want to do even give a donation to build a mosque? By the way, Muslims, they don't give donation because they believe. No, they give donation so they can go to heaven. They bribe God. Muhammad, he convinced them if you give money. Muhammad, he promised 10 people to go to heaven. And the first one is Uthman, who gave a lot of money for Muhammad. He promised him to be a caliphate and he promised him to go to heaven. Do we have any Muhammadan? Anyone? Somebody saying stole that from the Catholic confession. Some people, they say stupid things. Confession is in the Bible, have nothing to do with the Catholic or Protestant or Orthodox. Ignorant people, they say they make poo-poo. Isn't it the Bible says confess your sin to each other, you idiot? Same time, what does this have to do with confession? This is confession now. Do we have any Abdul here? Same time, Hail Mary, the Catholic, they say it, even though I don't agree with the way they do it. I'm not a Catholic, as you know. But it's in the Bible too. When the angels came to Mary, they said to her, Hail Mary. We have a lot of ignorance in this earth. Many, they claim to be Christian. They have no idea what they are talking. They heard somebody saying something about the Catholic. They copy it, they post it. Another person, he lie about the Protestant. We copy it, we paste it. Copy paste generation. Nobody want to read. Everybody is copy paste. Nobody opened the book. Nobody studied the book. Nobody read the book. But everybody, he knew the book now. Oh, Lord have mercy. And I have to fight against all kind of ignorance. Well, if there is no Muslims calling, then we have to allow the Christians to call. All right. Whoever Christian would like to join us, just focus with us, please, in the topic. And anytime a Muslim he join us, we will be happy to have him. I advise you always to refrain from ignorance. Ignorance is our enemy. You will see someone, you see, there's many things in like the Pope. This Pope, especially this Pope, I consider him the devil. He is not even a Christian. But that is not the Catholic. The Catholic is not that guy. If someone is a Protestant and he's saying, there's many, by the way, many priests, Protestant priests, they promote Islam. But can we say the Protestant promote Islam? No. There's many priests, Protestants, priests, they say homosexuality is okay and God love everybody. But can we say a Protestant, they do that? No. So everyone have to be judged from his fruits. From their fruits you shall know them. When we speak about Muhammad, I'm not speaking about a Muslim. Let us say you met a Muslim and he is a very nice guy to you. Okay, well, I'm so glad that he is nice. But according to Islam, he can't be nice to you. He cannot be a friend to you. Chapter 5, verse 51. According to Islam, he have to wage war against you. Again, according to Islam, he have to subdue you and treat you like a dog. So when somebody says to me, I have a Muslim friend, I say, well, Muslims have no friends, not Muslims. Maybe he's doing taqiyya, he's lying to you. We don't know. Maybe he mean it. If he mean it, the Quran is so clear, says, if you mean it, chapter 3, verse 28, you are not Muslim no more. You have no connection to Allah, you have no protection, and you should be killed, if he mean it. Chapter 5, verse 51 says clearly, and whoever take them as a friend or protector, he is one of them, and he have no connection to Allah. Do we have any Muhammadan? Any Muhammad would like to join us? Nobody? So who of you would like to carry my message to this sheikh, Ustaz Adi Haidat? Who wanna carry you can copy this part of the video and tell this guy who speak English, he have no excuse now, if he dare to debate Christian Prince, I will call him. See, I'm a very humble man. I will call you. And now, because you speak English, you do not need a translator. And you have no excuse to say I will not. Do you think he will dare? The answer, we know, he will not. They are there just to fool you, to claim that they have knowledge. The second they speak to me, you will notice that their knowledge does not even exist for a second. Any Muhammadan? Who dare?
Taraweeh also. What is the purpose of Salah?
Yeah, to be close to God.
Not only close to God, but Allah said in the Surah Al-Ankabut, and in verse 45, Allah said,
You will notice now he is telling you, he's trying to show you that he knew some verses. You see, like he's asking a question and he answered it. You see how funny the conversation? So now he want to present to you that he knew, he have answers. What is the purpose of Salah? What is the purpose of Salah? Listen carefully.
Inna salata tanha anil fahsha.
Guys, And now he is supposed to speak Arabic, but I assure you do not know Arabic. But if he knew, that even would be better. Prayer prevent you from doing wrong. Muslims, are you sure? If you're Muslim, you pray, that prevent you from doing wrong? Who can confirm that? Isn't it your prayer itself is wrong? When you pray, you are cursing people. When you pray, you wish death to people. When you pray, you preach hate to people. So what do you mean that prevent wrong? When a Muslim, he recite Quran like this, is that preventing you from being a bad person? Doing bully to the uncle of Muhammad? What is this? Your God himself, he could not even keep his mouth shut from doing bully. The man and the wife, they don't like Muhammad, they don't believe in Muhammad. God, he did bully them? What is this? This is a Muslim prayer now? Is it a prayer to say to somebody, you are the worst of the creatures? Is it a prayer? Does that make me better if I say to someone, you are najis, you are filthy? Just because you don't believe in my God? This is Quran. I don't mind, by the way, if they say this is metaphorical way, right? Like, because you don't follow God, you will go, but Islam doesn't mean that. There's no metaphorical in the story. The Muslim, they believe in it for real. As an example, Muslim, they call Jews pigs and monkeys, and they call the Christians pigs and monkeys. And they believe really that they are pigs and monkeys. Why? Because the stupid Quran says Allah, he made them pigs and monkeys. Ustaz Adi Haidad is a master graduated from Libya, from Al-Qaddafi. That means he was worshipping Al-Qaddafi, the Green Book, not Allah. Do we have any Muhammadan?
Well, mumkin. So we can do salat better, focus for salat. The salat can control or can prevent us from fahsha and munkar, doing something.
How focusing in 5-minute prayer will make you prevent you from fahsha? Same time, your prophet was praying, supposedly, right? When he went to his own son's wife and he flirted with her, was he a person who praying every day or not? When a woman, she walked by your prophet and he looked at her ass until his penis becomes so excited, excuse my language, was your prophet praying in that day? Or he was not? Is it permitted for a Muslim to look at a woman she is walking by to the point you keep looking, staring in a sexual way until you cannot handle yourself? Guys, are you with me? Do you see how they lie about what Salah can do? This is your prophet. Maybe you are saying to me that your prophet Salah was fake. Or maybe you are saying to me your prayer is better than your prophet. So if a prayer of a Muslim prevent him from doing what you call fahisha, well, is it fahisha? Is it bad? A woman walk by, she did not do anything. She's not wearing bikini. This is a Muslim woman. You see? And this is another lie about the dress. The dress code of Islam. They say to you the burqa, here we go, the women wearing burqa. The woman, she is not going naked in the street. She did not do anything wrong. She is not dancing. She is not doing anything. She is not wearing jeans. She is not wearing short. Okay, what make Muhammad go so horny to the point he cannot wait? And the story is so clear. Look at the chapter name. Chapter recommendation to the one who sees a woman and he is attracted to her. Do you see it? So Muhammad was attracted to who? To a woman he sees. So all your fasting is a fraud, and all your prayer is a fraud. The man, he have 13 wives, he have hundreds of sex slaves, and now yet a woman walking by, Muhammad, he want to jump on the goat. And then the filthy Muhammad, which additional proof that he is a scumbag, he claimed that the woman is the devil, not him. But the women did nothing. Look what he said. The women advance and retires in the shape of the devil. But what the women did? Nothing. The women, she did nothing wrong. She just walked by. So now Muhammad is staring at her ass and her boobs, and now he blamed the women for him getting so horny. Can you believe it? So we molest the women with our eyes. This is nothing but molestation, you know, and the molestation by looking. So we molest the women by he is mapping her bum and her legs. She is moving. Oh man, look at this. And you know, and the Prophet Muhammad is a very decent man. He is just enjoying every inch of her body looking. Because a prayer, friend, prayer prevent you from doing wrong. Do you see how the prayer of Islam prevent you from doing wrong? I'm really convinced. All right, obviously we have a Christian here. Try to be ready, please, next to your Skype. If you text me, and answer right away. Otherwise, the ring will be annoying. Okay, well, I mean, why you are not answering? If you text me, you want to join us, be ready to answer right away. I will call you one more time. And maybe you have to be sure to add me before you call me, because some of you have your privacy set to not to receive a call unless you add me first. All right? So be sure you add me before you text me. So when I call you, you will be able to receive my call.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, CP. How are you?
I'm fine, my friend. Go ahead. You are live on air.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, we spoke a while ago about my cousin that was thinking about joining Islam. So thanks for your advice that time.
And what
So
happened?
on the
What
top,
happened? What happened with him now?
well, I haven't managed to speak to him, but I've just been gathering more information. But he said he's going to call me later on today, so I'm planning to,
All
talk to him
right.
about it.
Well, anytime he can call me if you want to.
Yeah, I think we spoke about it last time. I don't think he's ready for all of that. I don't think he really thinks he could talk to you. But on the topic, you were talking about earlier about or maybe I've misheard. Maybe it was another day, but you were talking about Muhammad being bewitched and all of this stuff, and there's so many reasons why, according to Muslims, he really shouldn't have been able to be, bewitched. The dates, um, and obviously the fact that, what was it? Zachariah said, just read the Quran, but he's literally the one giving the Quran. So how could the one that's reciting the Quran or having it given to him the first time be the one that could be bewitched? So it doesn't really make sense how he could actually fall victim to any kind of just regular human magic, let alone Satan or anything like that.
Not only that, the Quran make a promise. Allah, He made a promise that Allah He protect Muhammad
Yeah,
from the
of course.
harm. So where is the protection, the promise?
Yeah, that it never makes sense, because not only did he not protect him from bewitching, couldn't protect him from poison, and the goat story, the sheep story where they ate the sheep, that one really had me laughing the other day, because the sheep wakes up in the middle after everybody's already eaten to say, yo, don't eat me. And it's like, why couldn't he wake up 2 seconds before that to say, hey. So yeah, that story doesn't even make sense.
No,
And even the
if you
ending of it,
remember, the Sheikh, he said that the goat is cooked
well done.
well done, Yeah, and now supposedly Allah, what does that mean? Allah want to save him, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so you want to save him, and then he die. I mean, that's mean Allah could not do it, And same time,
Uh-huh.
not only this, there's more into the story.
Yeah.
If Muhammad, as a result, the guy in the video, he says, as a result, Muhammad, he died, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so Allah could not save him.
No, and he said that he became a martyr, but really
Exactly. He
the
said he
story is
became a
that the
shaheed. Yeah,
Jewish woman says that, oh, if
yeah.
you're a false prophet, you will die, and it will be a blessing to humanity if you do die. But if you're from God, he'll save you. And he's like, yeah, my God will save me, and he didn't.
No, no,
So for
that's
me,
not
the
only
two
that. He said,
points.
no, he said, Allah will not allow you to do that.
Yeah, yeah,
To
yeah,
do what? To
and
kill
just
him, right? To harm him. Yeah.
yeah.
And,
And it's funny because I think the only prophecies or the only things that I've ever seen really actually come true from the Quran are two things that obviously just bust apart the Quran. The bit where Allah says that if there's any contradictions, then obviously this book doesn't come from God, and obviously we find multiple contradictions, but also the fact that if he's a false prophet, things like that shouldn't affect him, and even he thinks that, and then suddenly it does affect him. So it's either that Allah is Satan, either he was making it up. In my opinion, there's only two options. One, he was just making it up as he went along. There's no kind of spirit, no, not even a demon, not a devil, nothing, just him making it up, and therefore that's why none of these protections ever actually protect him. Or this is the devil who likes to say things openly. The devil likes to say things and see if you catch him. So he'll say something like, if this book doesn't come from God, you'll find contradictions in it, and then you find multiple contradictions in it. Or he promises somebody protection, but his protection really means nothing.
we can say the devil is not perfectly smart.
Hmm. Yeah.
So he did not
Um,
make a perfect book, But you see,
yeah.
actually, about if this book is not made from God, you
Hmm.
will, my book, I have my book. Does that mean I'm God? I don't have any contradiction. That's a very even silly idea. So
Yeah, for
if a
sure.
book does not have contradiction, that is from
Hmm.
God. Since
Uh-huh.
when?
Yeah, because there's plenty of books and thesis out there that they're not perfect, as in perfect grammar or whatever, but the ideas that they present, they haven't been challenged, or as far as we know, or
Yeah, if they
they're
have contradiction, they will not pass.
yeah. And the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, which is kind of a little bit off topic, but the other day you were talking to a Ghanaian, and I'm Nigerian, and he was talking about how in Ghana, they have a very small population of Muslims, but they're basically in every single village, and they basically have their own sub villages, and they basically try and take over. They tell the indigenous people how to live and X, Y, and Z. And he was saying also that he sees what's going on in Nigeria, which
Mm.
that's one thing I wanted to say to you, is that I know obviously you're aware of Boko Haram and stuff. But Nigeria has the highest population of Muslims in Africa. It's 80 million Muslims, which is even higher than Egypt and places like that. And I think that it would serve a lot of Nigerian Muslims and just Nigerians in general if you were to make a video on Boko Haram, because there's not that much information out there. When you go to Wikipedia that tells you about all of the Islamic terrorist attacks that happen across the world, Boko Haram is not on there at any point, not a single attack, even though they're some of the highest casualty numbers out there.
Yeah.
And you know, Nigerians know how bad Boko Haram is, but not necessarily everybody else knows. And I also think that Nigerian Muslims, they hear about Boko Haram, you know, on the news and stuff, but they don't, obviously because they're Muslim, they don't want to think it's anything to do with Islam. And I think maybe a video on that or that kind of topic, you'd get a lot of Nigerian Muslims and Nigerian Christians as well
We
who'd
will
be
try.
very
We will
interested in
try.
that.
Yeah, usually I focus on the biggest terrorist, Muhammad, because you know
Yeah.
what the Muslim they do. You speak about Al Qaeda, they say to you, this is not Islam.
Yeah, they're
You
not
speak about
Muslims.
ISIS, this is Islam. Yeah. So, but
Mhm.
when you speak about Muhammad, can they say this is not Islam? No. You know?
No, and I agree with that because I'm sure if you start talking about Boko Haram, you'll have all kind of Muslims from around the world, Arab Muslims mainly, saying, "Well, you know, these are obviously not Muslims." Because I've noticed also that Arab Muslims tend to think that they're the perfect Muslims, and everybody else is kind of just, you know, following it for the sake of following it. They don't respect them the same way that they respect, you know, Arab Muslims. They think that they're the highest level. So I'm sure that they'll just say Boko Haram are confused. They don't know what they're doing and blah, blah, blah. But we all know that that's not true at all because they're quoting the same Quran. You know, they're quoting when they do an attack, they quote the same Quran. And when they go into villages, you know, they're saying the same things that any other group of, you know, terrorists around the world are saying. And it's a convenient cop out to just say these are not Muslims. And I've got a Muslim friend who tells me that all the time. You know, you can't call ISIS Muslims, you can't call Al Qaeda Muslims, but really, if he was in front of ISIS or Al Qaeda, they would be calling him and every other moderate Muslim out there non-Muslims. They would be saying, you know, how can you live in a kafir society? You don't do anything to attack them. You don't do anything to undermine them. You live peacefully amongst them. You make them that your friends and all of this stuff. So, from my opinion, I don't think that ISIS and Al Qaeda would take kindly to many of these moderate Muslims who say they're not Muslims. And I don't even think most of these moderate Muslims would have the face to even tell them to their face they're not a Muslim. They would probably just try and say,
No,
"Oh,
no, no. You see, there is nothing called moderate Muslim. I believe all of those are a bunch of liars because
yeah, I don't think they're really
to
practicing."
no, no, they are not. No, it doesn't matter. You know, you see, who said that to be a terrorist, you have to be a person who practices Islam. In fact, most of those they don't really practice anything of Islam because this is
Yeah,
why
when I
we
say practicing, I don't mean like they're actually praying
like
five
just
times a day. But what I
my
mean
friend,
is they take it seriously.
the way no, the terrorist, they take
Mhm.
Islam seriously to the point they want to die, but
Mm.
they take the shortcut. So
Yeah.
I want to go to heaven. Well, you want to pray and do, just go and do jihad. They shoot them, shoot me. I go to heaven. That's it. But he
Mhm.
himself, he can be a homosexual. He can be
Mhm.
a person who, like the guy who they send him to do suicide mission to the Minister of Internal Affairs in Saudi Arabia.
Mhm.
The previous prince, he was the crown prince actually.
Mhm.
Uh, they put a C4 inside his anus. And yeah, they made a video about it. They are not ashamed. So he had to have intercourse with other men, so
Mhm.
it can be bigger, so they can insert the C4 bomb. It's a bomb. They have to
Mhm.
insert a bomb inside his anus, So they
Mhm.
insert the bomb, and that is legitimate. Why? Because the target is more important than the act. The target is to kill the kuffar. So now the guy, he have a watch in his hand connected to the bomb in his anus, high tech. He go
Mhm.
inside to meet the prince.
Mhm.
He's a person who asked for forgiveness, and the prince, he announced anyone from Al Qaeda. He announced that he will repent, and he wanted to give an example that he mean it. I will meet him myself. So, so he made a big mistake for sure. So this guy, he delivered himself willingly to the police, and he
Yeah.
told them, I am a member of Al-Qaeda. And now because the prince, he promised he will meet the one who do that, whoever he is, he
Yeah.
went inside the office. You can check the story. He went inside the office. They check him. There's nothing, you know, with him in his pocket, etc. Nothing. And then when he is in the office, he pushed the bottom of the watch, and boom, it's inside his anus. So the prince was burned, heavily burned. You know, like he disappeared from being seen in public for more than 2 years. And until now, he cannot even you know, like act properly because the burning was severe.
Mhm.
And you can imagine this mujahid, his shit will be all over the roof. Uh, yeah, but this is for them a real Muslim. Muslims
Real
always they
honor.
justify the way they do things. Like, you
Mm.
know, the hadith we showed you, if you say in the name of Allah, Bismillah wa bihamdi 100 times, right?
Yeah.
So here we go, I go to heaven, even if I sin. So every
Hmm.
Muslim, he have, let us say, Islam is like a tree of sin, and
Hmm.
each one he grab the apple he like.
Yeah.
So one he say, I'm not going to pray, I'm going to say this. The Prophet, he said, if you do this, your sin is forgiven, I will do it. The other guy, he
Yeah,
says,
it's so different to our. They always say that it's like, I've seen Muhammad Hijab say that, the only difference between Christianity and Islam is the Trinity, which is just complete and utter nonsense. In Islam you can earn your way to heaven. You can do deeds, you can give charity, you can do all of these things, you can do dawah, you can evangelize people to Islam, you can do multiple things that get you closer to paradise. But really, that's not how Christianity works in the slightest at all. It's, belief in Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior. That's the only way to get to the Father, is through him. But they believe that, humanly works can get you close to God. And it's just funny to me that even Muhammad in his dying days is telling them, I don't know where you're going, I don't know where I'm going. And it's like, how on earth do you expect me to follow this man, 1400 years later, where it's like he doesn't know where he's going, and he was supposedly the best of the best, talking to God all the time, and talking to Moses, talking to Jesus, talking to all of these people, and then at the last day he doesn't know where he's going. It's like, I just can't. I really can't follow something like that.
yeah. Anyway, thank you, my friend. And by the way, for us as a
Hmm.
Christians, yes, we are saved by Jesus, but
Hmm.
some Christians, they try to do the same as Muslim. They say we are only saved by the grace. Well,
Hmm.
we are saved by the grace, yes, but
Hmm.
what the Bible is so clear,
Hmm.
where it says, faith without work is a dead faith.
Hmm.
So don't, and this is my message to the Christians, don't think that you will
Hmm.
be saved just because you said, I believe in Jesus, and then you do nothing. You commit sin,
Yeah,
you kill, you
yeah.
rape, you
You have
are a
to
child
live like you
molester.
believe in it.
Yeah, that is false.
Hmm.
So we are saved by the grace of God, for sure, because we don't even deserve it, because
Hmm.
none of us
Yeah,
is good enough to
we're
be
all
there.
sinners. Yeah.
Yeah, but that does not mean that
That you can keep sinning and just on the last day
exactly,
say,
that's
yeah,
why
I
Jesus said,
yeah. Hmm.
not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who does his will. Because Muslim, they will say, see, they are saying they are saved by the grace of Jesus, of God. So
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
they, like, I played a video of Zach and Naik saying that we Christians, we believe that we can go sleep around, drink, do whatever, and then we are saved because we believe in Jesus. No, that's absolutely false.
Yeah, absolutely false. And they know that that's not what we believe in either. And if I
Yeah,
misspoke there, I
but
didn't mean it
some
like that.
Christians, but some Christians, the way they say things, they made
Mhm.
the Muslim think this is what they meant.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
meant,
we have to be
belief in
careful.
Jesus and living like you believe in Jesus as well. Because, if you believe in Jesus, there's certain things that you wouldn't want to do. If you believe that you're one day going to have to meet him upstairs, you're not going to do certain things, or you're going to really think about your actions before you do them, rather than just thinking, oh, if I say I believe in Jesus, I can do whatever on earth. So that's not what I meant.
Yeah. All right, my friend. Thank you for calling. And actually, I
Thank you. God
found I,
bless you.
I found the picture of the guy who put a bomb in his anus,
Okay,
and I found a
I'm watching.
picture of the prince.
Uh-huh.
Who he was actually the crown prince, and later they got rid of him. Uh, he burned severely. This guy, he entered his office, and he have a bomb in his anus, and may Allah bless his anus for he was doing it. Anus jihad. You know, this is the anus. May Allah receive his anus immediately. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
and
right.
also CP, that guy, the one that called you the other night, the Russian guy. I don't know if he's Russian, but he sounded like Russian or Chechen, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say just don't even bother because he's clearly very dishonest. Like, you know, the first couple of times he's just obviously calling to troll you and just say nonsense and then hang up. And I would just say it's a waste of your time. I don't think he's actually interested in. You showed him the last time I heard him call. I was like, oh, okay, he's actually got. You kept on saying to him, "Have you listened? Have you read the
Yeah.
hadith?
He's
Have you
just. We will
read
not talk to
this?"
him anymore because
Yeah,
he's just a kid.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
thank you, my friend.
All
Somebody
right,
wanna
thank you.
call?
God bless you. Yeah.
Thank you
All
for
right.
calling.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Yeah, this guy, he put a bomb in his anus, and actually, almost he was able to kill the. At that time, this man, he was not the crown prince. He was the minister of internal affairs, which means he's in charge of security. So he put a bomb inside him, you know, and boom, you know, yeah, it's an anus jihad. May Allah bless his anus. Wonderful anus. That is the best anus of a Muslim ever, you know. Victory to Allah, victory. They use even their anus. They have no shame. Everything is justified in this stupid cult. Anything. Even man having sex with the man. Oh, he is not being a homo. No. The purpose is they want to make his anus bigger so they can insert the bomb. So what? How we can put it in? How we can push it in? The purpose is not the sexual entertainment. No, it's the jihad. All right? Why the Prophet he did boom boom to Aisha? Because Allah told him. Why the Prophet he if many women, excuse me, because he want to spread Islam, brother. Islam cannot be spread without women vagina. You have, you know, you need to understand. So what Islam is based on, that the logic is accurate and they justify all kind of garbage. Any garbage they have, it's always the excuse is ready. It doesn't matter what you do, what you say. Okay, we have another person. Hello?
Hello, hi.
Mute you too, please.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. Right. Hi. Can I ask you about fasting? I know our fasting is the way Christians fast is completely from the Muslim. But see, when I hear you speaking about fasting, it seems to like, correct me if I'm wrong, come easy to you, and I want to be able to do this year fasting more, but I find it difficult. I don't know why.
I don't understand what.
Like, to fast. When I hear you speaking about
The
it,
Shia, you are saying the Shia?
fasting,
Okay, who is you're talking about who? The Shia or the Christians?
us Christians, I
Oh, okay.
know
All right.
the Muslim fasting is not fasting. We all know that, right?
Yeah, John.
But for us, I've heard you speak about fasting, and it would seem that you can do it easy. I don't find it that easy to do.
It is because there is no fasting. You know, the fasting is just appearance of fasting, but in reality, uh, have nothing to do with fasting. At the same time, the most important fasting is fasting from desire, not fasting from eating a
From
sandwich.
food, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I can do that. I mean,
Desire,
the food.
desire
I actually
whatever it
meant
is, not
food.
only food, not only food. It can be the
Right.
food,
Yeah.
but fasting is the base of it is you controlling yourself from any addiction, whatever your addiction
Right.
is.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Oh,
in
okay. So I'm doing okay. So I'm beating myself up then. I'm actually doing okay. I was talking more about the food. Not that I eat a lot, but I mean, you know, to give your body over to not eating and to, you know, give into that. I just find when you speak about it, I'm like, God, he must be really good at it. I can't do what he's talking about.
who you cannot do what he's talking about?
When you talk about when you fast, it would seem like you've got it down. You've got it. You know how to do it. I find it difficult.
Oh, you mean like me as a daily base in my life? I
Yeah.
eat
You know
once a
how you
day?
say about food, and I was like, wow, he's really got this down. I can't.
Well, you can. I mean, depend. You see, if you teach your body something, your body will learn. And for sure, you should not do something is not good for you. At the end of the day, for each one of us have different ability. Even when like the Bible speak about fasting, like Jesus, he fasted for 40 days. Can you fast for
Yeah.
40 days? No, you cannot.
No.
Can I?
No.
No, I cannot. So is Jesus asking me to fast for 40 days without food? I would die, you know?
No.
So
Yeah.
what the Bible teaching you is to teach yourself discipline, and this is the whole point. And fasting is about your ability. What if you are sick? You cannot do it. What if you are a person who have an issue, like you are a person who get dizzy after if you don't eat every some people they have their sugar drop suddenly, So
Yeah.
fasting is not about just 1, 2, 3 steps. No, it's about doing the right thing for you, which
Yeah.
just teaching your body, teaching yourself how you can resist. As it's a resistance training, let us say. So
Right.
if I fast, not necessarily just from food, there's many things around us they can make us do wrong. Gossip. Many women they do gossip, right? They cannot resist gossiping. She go to
Yeah.
her friend, she start talking about someone. What if I train myself not to speak about a person? None of my business, especially those who spread lies and they make up stories. So fasting is not just food, even though like in the church, they fast like all day long from eating, and then they fast mostly a day or two a week, every week, totally
Yeah.
from meat, totally from meat.
Yeah.
So they don't eat meat and they don't eat at all. So they have like 40 days for the Christmas and 50 days for the Easter. Total is 90 plus many other days as occasions for different reasons. So the total is huge as a fasting days. However, it's not the fasting. If you follow steps fasting, that will make you a good person, because you can be a person who trained to do fasting, but in the same time, as soon the fasting is over, you do everything wrong against God.
Right. Okay. Right.
So the fasting is not the purpose. The purpose is how we can reach the point where we are overcoming our desire and our temptation. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be money, it can be drugs, it can be smoking, it can be gossiping. Anything is not
Yeah.
right. So this is what fasting is about. Otherwise, God don't care for food. You eat or don't eat, who care? This is not really, this is not, the Messiah, he made it clear that it's not what, go inside your mouth, what go from your mouth. So what about
Yeah.
fasting from speaking wrong, fasting
Yeah.
from lying, fasting, from harming others? That is the most important. Otherwise,
No,
what if I eat?
it was, you know, the if you're praying and you want an answer, and then you know when Jesus says this one doesn't go without fasting and prayer. Do you think fasting comes into your prayers, like being answered as well, or?
I'm trying to understand you really, but I'm
It's
not
all right.
sure.
It's okay. You've said it. You've right. Okay, it's okay. You've reassured me that it's not about food. That's fine. It's just when you speak about it, you seem to do it well. Jealous.
Well,
I'm
for us,
jealous of you.
I think every one of us here have different capability, and there is some of us they can do better in something better than someone else, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe I can, I can do something better than you, but maybe you can do something better than me in something else. So God, He gave us gifts, and ability, and self-control can change from person to person. I might have a weakness you don't have. You might have a weakness I don't have. So we as a human, God, He understand. He is our maker. He knew our nature. He knew our weakness. He knew our strength, and He will not ask you for more than what He can do. God never asks us to do impossible. Never. You know. Never. So there's no impossible of what He asking for, and the impossible is for a human being. After all, it doesn't matter what he do. The impossible is to be God, which means to be perfect. So that is the only impossible for a human being. But God, He never asked us to be God. He asked us to be human, and the way He created us. And the whole purpose of the Messiah is to bring us back to humanity. Human being became selfish. The second you become a selfish, you become an animal. You know, animal. Like if you put a piece of meat for dogs, they snatch it, they fight over it, they kill each other over it.
they'll
Why?
grab it.
Because they are animals.
Yeah,
But if you give a piece of meat for a hungry family, the mother, she will feed her babies first. She,
yeah,
you know, there is a priority in our life because we are human. We are not animals who will kill each other. Uh, if you see somebody, hungry, you might take a part of your sandwich, even though maybe the sandwich is not enough for you, and you share it. Why? Because simply you have emotion, you have feeling, you
yeah,
share. You are a human. So the Messiah, He wants
yeah,
us to come back to our humanity, not by a practice. The practice is not the purpose. The purpose is to go back where you should be. So when God, He, as an example, He gave us sexual desire. The sex
yeah.
desire is not the purpose.
I think women can control that more than men. I think
This is
men
not
think
about.
about
This
that.
is not about. I'm not talking about this now. Just hold on. So the purpose was not a man just be horny and the women be horny. No, the purpose is
Mm.
to establish a family. The
Yeah,
purpose
yeah,
is if a man and women they don't like to do such a thing, they will not do it. If there's no joy in it, they will not do it. So, but then a human being, he starts using that joy for the wrong reason.
yeah.
It's not for family no more. It's just
This
for the sake
abuse.
for the
Yeah.
sake of the sex itself. So
Hmm.
so always there is something there we can abuse, the same as food. We can enjoy
Yeah.
food. God
Hmm.
gave us a pleasure of eating, right? And
Hmm.
to enjoy taste, to enjoy feeling good, to give us energy. So God created us in such a way. But we should not worship food and we become addicted to food. So
So
fasting is about how I can refrain myself from being a slave of something else. It's against slavery. That's why in the Bible it says that when they asked Jesus, this woman, she will be the wife of whom when she go to heaven? He said that he and she, they will not get married. They will be the same as angels. Why? Because what he mean by the same as angels? The Messiah, he free us from our needs. We are slaves of our needs. We need to sleep.
hmm.
We need to eat. Sex is need.
Yeah.
Money is need. Everything is need. And then in the process of receiving those needs or try to approach them, we commit sin. So with the Messiah, we are free from our needs. The Messiah is a revolutionary savior against slavery. And the first slavery we meet in our life, we are slaves of our need. This is why in our heaven, we don't have the food and the drink and the money and the gold and silver and sex and men and women like Muhammad, because that
Yeah.
will make you more slave into your needs. In
Yeah.
Christianity,
That heaven sounds awful.
yeah,
Yeah.
that heaven is a heaven of a slavery. You are more in need. That with
there's
Jesus,
more sex there than is
yeah,
here.
everything, even
Yeah.
food. That He promised you even your house a brick made of gold, a brick made of silver. Who care about gold and silver in heaven?
No.
Why
No,
our
like you said.
Yeah, or when Muhammad he promised a man he will be 10 times more rich than any king. What king? Is that heaven or we are in Las Vegas,
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? So in Christianity, being rich and being poor is not what make you happy. is being with God and living as
Yeah.
angel with God, free from your needs, living eternity in happiness. So if God, who made me enjoy eating a sandwich and give me a joy in my tongue so I can taste food, can God create a better joy for me without that tongue and without that food? For sure he can. The one who gave me the first joy, he can give me way better joy, have nothing to do with sex and food. Those things we knew after
Yeah.
we received them, not before. So
Yeah.
the heaven is going to be different heaven, and we are going back to fasting. We fast from the bad so we can receive what is the good is coming.
Yeah. Just were you saying like faith without works is dead? And I thought, I wonder if I should be doing this more. How can I not? How am I not strong enough to do this?
No, I'm sure you can. I mean, because simply, why do you hate your neighbor?
No.
Okay, do you love to help somebody is needy?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, that's what we are talking about. You know,
Right.
uh, uh, uh,
Okay. Right. Yeah. We've made it clear. It's not about food. It's I shouldn't. So, thank you, because basically you're saying I have to stop beating myself up. I'm not perfect. It's not about food. I'm doing what I
nobody,
can, and
my sister, nobody is perfect. Who said to you I'm perfect?
yeah.
I'm the last
No.
one to be. I'm a guy who walk and he have a gun with him all the time. So what perfect? So, so this is not about being perfect. This is
Yeah.
about being, you try your best to be Christian and
Hmm.
like, be the disciple themselves. They did wrong, in the time of Jesus. The disciple themselves. So, like Peter himself, the Messiah called him. He said to him, "Stay away from me, Satan." So if Peter himself, he did something, he said something, made the
Yeah.
Messiah so upset from him to the point he called him Satan. So I will be called Satan every day then, Uh, but the point
Yeah.
is, I will try my best to fight. We made a video before, if you remember, last week
Yeah.
about
The wool.
the wolf inside you,
Yeah. Yeah. Really, really enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the wolf
Good.
inside you always try to take over you. And it's
Yeah.
with the Christ, we will become a sheep between wolves. But in the same time, that wolf, there's a good part of it where you stand to defend your family and the
Yeah.
weak and the needy. So wolf is just an animal created by God, made by God in a certain way. It's not his fault for being a wolf. The same
Hmm.
as it's not the fault of a sheep created to be a sheep. So you as a human created in a certain way, and there is a way for you to fight and win over your weakness, and that is with the Messiah. In Islam, it teach you nothing but garbage. It teach you a man, he see a woman, if he got horny, he go to his wife. But this is not. Why you are even staring if this is not right? You know, why you keep
Yeah.
looking until you get excited, and then you
Yeah,
advising the
and the
guy to go.
fact being that it's not even about the wife. He's
Yeah,
on to the wife, but it's about his mind, and his mind is on someone
what
else.
Muhammad he do, he justify his evil and he blame always somebody else. So the woman walk by, he claimed that she is the devil. She advanced in the image of the devil, but the woman did nothing. It was his own thought.
Yeah.
Everything is in the mind. Like if a man he go to his in his house, let us say, you know, a man he go in his house and he have a daughter. She is let's say pretty. She is 18, 20 years old, very beautiful girl. And he opened the door suddenly to talk to her in her bedroom, but she is naked. She just taken from the shower. Is this father will going to look at his daughter in a filthy way? No, right?
No.
Why?
No.
Why? She's a beautiful. She is young. She is a woman. She's a
Because
female. He's
because
very
it
upset
is it's his
because
child. Yeah.
because in his mind that this is a forbidden zone. He will not even think about it, right?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
everything is in your mind. So what Jesus is teaching you is to control yourself. So now, if I can fast from looking at my daughter, and she is so beautiful, and you just saw her naked, yet you never thought of something wrong about her. Can you do that about someone else? I believe you can. But you have to decide what is forbidden zone for you and what is not. So when you open the zone of sin, everything is available. The
Yeah.
more you close it, the more you are resisting and fighting. So, and this is a proof, by the way, that sin can be fought, because if I can fight my sin against a female just because she is my daughter, well, that means I can fight my sin with someone else. It's just how you look at it. So if I look at the female as my daughter, I will treat her as my daughter. If I look at her as a female in a sexual way, then I will see her in a sexual way.
Yeah.
The same as anything else. If I look at money as something, is just an exchange of a product, like, you know, you are a farmer, you grow food. I am an employee in a company. I make salary. I come to you. I give you $2. You give me a tomato. But this is exchange. I'm not worshiping money, and you are not. We are just
Yeah.
exchanging a product in an easier way of exchange. So now you take the money. He's a farmer. He needs to buy maybe some fertilizer, etc. But if I work for money, and my God is money, I'm willing to do anything for the sake of the money, then that is
Yeah.
not from God. So
The greed,
everything is about
the
how you
greed,
look
the
at it.
greed. So it's like the greed of things, the greed of money, the greed.
Anything. I'm trying to say to you, it's not about money, and we are mentioning things
Yeah.
where a human being he get weak. So what the point is, it's how you look at things, how you treat them. What is the purpose? So if the purpose of your life, if the purpose of even marriage, actually, if a man he marry a woman just for sex, that is wrong. You know, you don't marry a woman just for
It's
sex,
more than that. It's
because
more than that.
yeah, because if this is what you want, then you will not be happy. You will not be happy because simply you have sex with her. After that, you hate her. You know, you don't like her. You don't want her. So you have sex. You are done. Oh,
I
man,
think
look
when
what I
you,
did to myself.
I think CP when you're young, it's probably a bit of that. But as you get older, I think it's more than that.
Well,
I think when you're young, I think that's
I
what
think
drives
when you
young
are young
people.
is the same, depending on how wise you are.
Yeah, yeah, you
We
know,
should not be driven by foolishness. We should be
yeah,
driven by
yeah,
wisdom, and God, He gave us wisdom. So this is why in Christianity it teach love between wife and husband. The
yeah,
command is to love, not to just have sex. Sex is a joy for the family purpose to have babies, but the most important is love and loyalty. Loyalty
yeah,
is a high level of love and high level of joy. You know, when two human they are so loyal to each other, you can trust, you can turn your back, you can
yeah,
sleep, you can
yeah,
give your money, you can share your life. It's a different joy. But if we
yeah,
live in a society where nobody trusts anybody, then that is really disgusting. There's no joy. You know, if I go in the airport and oh, there is only empty chair, but now if I go to buy a sandwich, I have to carry all the stuff with me, and I have to carry my bags because I cannot trust leave it there. But
mm,
if I have a trust of everybody in the airport that nobody is a thief, then I will enjoy my life. I can go and buy the sandwich and come back. I can go to the bathroom and come back. But because I cannot enjoy the trust, I am worried. So trust bring comfort, bring joy, bring a
yeah,
different level of life. And when we don't have the trust, we lose it. And the whole society is based on trust. The son, he trusts his mother. If the son, he cannot trust his mother, he will trust whom? The father, he trusts his son. He trusts his wife. So if the inside the family is corruption, then the whole
yeah,
society is
yeah.
corrupt. And that's what Muhammad taught. Muhammad, he taught that the man, he can lie to his wife, and the wife
So,
lied to her husband. So
so it's a lack of love,
yeah,
really.
so not only this, I mean, so we pray 5 times a day, but I lie to my wife. You know,
Yeah,
what is the purpose of this prayer if now I'm lying to my wife and the wife lying to her husband? So obviously my prayer was just, you know, a practice of ritual, no spirituality and no meaning.
yeah.
All right, sister. Thank you for calling, and God
Thank
bless you.
you.
All
Right,
right.
bye,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Well, I hope, like, when we answer people, we able to explain more and help them in their understanding. Uh, Islam focus on ritual, in a stupid ritual. Like, you kiss the black stone, it erases your sin. You say Bismillah wa bihamdihi, like in the in the name of Allah, and praise Allah 100 times. Your sin is forgiven. That is a promotion actually for sin. It's an encouraging for sin. In Christianity is the opposite. The Bible speaks about in tons of times about how people they praise God with their tongue, but in their heart they are evil. So praising God doesn't make you a good person. Not by your tongue. You praise God by your act. Praising God by tongue, it can be, especially if people can hear you. If I am alone, before I eat, I pray, but nobody hear me. If I am with a friend, I say a few words. But if I'm alone, I don't even talk. I don't say anything. In my mind, I pray to God, thank you, God, for the food, plus us, and I eat. 2 words. I do not need to make a speech. So you praise God for the gift you receive in your heart. You praise God for the work you were able to accomplish if it was good. And then you condemn yourself when the work you did is wrong. That's why the Bible advises us to confess our sin. The sin confession is very important because it helps mentally, the human being, he feel guilty. This is why people even they go to see a shrink. Like when you have somebody you talk to, listen to you, you feel better. You feel like, the what inside me is out. Like finally I was able to talk to somebody. So confessing your sin is very important, but the most important is not just to say the sin you did, is to fight it. What is the purpose of this confession? I'm saying it to share with you and to announce myself that I'm fighting this. I don't want it no more. I hate it. It's not just, telling my sin to someone I have no business with it. And for sure, you have to be sure you confess your sin to who? To someone you trust, not to someone he will go and, publish your news everywhere. There's a lot of garbage there. All right. Do we have any Muhammadan would like to join us? Can I ask if you are a Muslim, not an insult if you are not? I know what does that mean? Any Muhammadan? All right, let us call there is somebody who I talk to. Right.
Hey,
Hello?
it's me.
Okay, the sound is a little bit noisy.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna move somewhere else.
All right, go ahead. You are live on air.
Yeah, Christian Prince, I just wanted to say that, for about a year I've been listening to you, and I found you when I researched Islam because of I was engaged actually to a Shia Muslim.
Because of what?
I got engaged to a Shia Muslim.
Oh, and
And
why, can I ask you why you did that? Why, I mean, if you are a Christian, why in the world you want to engage to someone she is not from your belief?
yeah, that's a good question. You could say that I was clouded by love and also being a lukewarm Christian, as they say, not like practicing properly.
Okay, so now you're still engaged to her, or
No,
you?
no, thank God I'm not, because when we got engaged, she wanted me to convert. They don't allow men to marry
Yeah.
Muslim women. So I researched and began to read the Quran because they say that we share the same God and all that stuff. And I quickly found out like this is not a God of love at all from the Quran and the Hadiths and the scholars. I couldn't believe that she actually wanted me to convert where I can, beat her and decide where and when she goes out of the house and all that stuff. And I asked her like about this stuff, and like many other Muslims, they just decide and pick and cherry pick like what they believe and want to follow. And just like say, okay, I want this and not that. And then I found your videos and asked her about it, and she was like, "No, you have to do this and not that." Like very cherry picking.
Mm.
And that's the thing with most Muslims. Like when you debate them, they just decide like, "No, we don't. That's not true." And even though it says like clearly, they say that's not in the
Yeah,
Quran.
they deny, but we can prove it easy that their denial does not change anything.
Right. So when you debate Muslims, it's better to just let them talk, and they will set themselves into a corner
Yeah.
eventually. But they're always like sneaky. So, anyways, that didn't go well. That relationship ended, and I began watching more of your videos, and it led me much closer to God today. So I quit like all the stuff that I was doing before. So now I'm much better in that regard.
Well, I'm
And
happy
also I
for you,
have
my friend.
some, thank you. And also I have some girlfriends, just friends. And I'm from Norway, and we have a lot of Muslims here, and it's a very leftist country, so they're very tolerant to Islam and all that stuff. And what scares me is like one of my friends, she got to know just like me, a Muslim and a Turkish one, and she was beginning to lean into the religion, and I tried to warn her about it, like showing her from the Quran and all that stuff. But when someone like me mentions stuff or criticizes Islam, they just call me Islamophobe and racist and all that. So I bought her two of your books actually, the Sex and Allah one, and gave it to her for Christmas. And after reading that, she decided not to go any further with that, and she actually opens up more to Christianity now. So that
Mm.
helped.
Well, it sounds good. They try to frame us with titles like Islamophobe, but the fact the one who have a phobia is the Muslims. They have phobia from pork, they have phobia from the Jews, they have phobia from the Hindus, they have phobia from cartoon, they have phobia from everything. And yet they claim that we are the phobe. You know, they have phobia from the Bible, from the cross, from anything. I mean, this is the religion of phobia, and yet they call us
Yeah,
Islamophobe.
they love to paint themselves as the victim, like they incite violence or like conflict, and they agitate you until you fight back, and then they cry and say, "No, look at me, poor me," and they cry about it. It's their tactics always to be the victim.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, my friend, for calling, and we hope that
I
soon
just
we'll
want to say
find
one more thing.
all
Can I,
right. Okay.
can I say one more thing? It's for the audience actually. Um, be sure to like this is not only entertainment, so this is educational also. So take notes so you know when to, how to engage and debate Muslims because we have to expose them and point out the hypocrisy everywhere. And also, since Christian Prince can't, publish on YouTube anymore, I think it's up to us to also help by clipping the videos and put it out there because more people need to know the truth.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much for the advice.
Thanks, bye bye.
Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye. Yeah, we can go on YouTube actually. Still, I have my other channel, but this YouTube thing is getting nothing but a stress. Every day I have to look like, is my video there? Like if I leave it for 24 hours, did they strike it? Did they take it down? Did they send me a warning? You don't know even the channel will be there tomorrow or not. So this YouTube became a very stressful place. And, welcome to San Francisco. What you expect? Uh, All right. Do we have any Muhammadan would like to join us? What do you think about Jalaluddin Rumi, Al-Ghazali, and other so-called Sufi mystic in Islam? I saw an interview between so-called Sufi Muslim and David Wood. And I watched part of it. I don't know why David Wood he do those things. He bring people, and you see, it's good to. I mean, this guy is a friendly, no problem. It's good to have a nice conversation with the Muslim. That's even more wonderful. Uh, but you don't let the person to go on saying things which is absolutely false. So what this guy he present himself that he is against having more than one wife. He is against beating a wife. He is, the Sufi are not like the Salafi. This all is false. Go check out how many wives Qadarov he have. Go check out how many Erdogani. I mean, all the Muslim Salafi, Sufi, they have many wives. What this guy is talking about? So we bring a guy and he starts saying things which is absolutely far away from what they believe. Like the way the interview, if you watch it, it sounds like, those Sufi are nice, friendly people. They don't harm. They don't. Those are the most aggressive criminal in the history of Islam. How many Armenian, the Sufi mystic they killed? How many Assyrian? How many Syrian? How many Iraqi? So we bring a guy and the guy is a friendly, and then you see the comment is so positive about how wonderful the Sufi, but the reality is the opposite. Like that David would say, oh, but you know what, Sufi, they did this and this. Actually, the guy himself, he mentioned Salahuddin is the biggest rapist in history. He mentioned Salahuddin as one of those Sufi. What is this? So we bring a guy, he pure his lies all over the place. So what we did actually, we gave a platform for someone to lie about what the Sufi believe and make them like they are better version of the Muslim Salafi. But reality is Salafi and Sufi is the same. The difference is Sufi is a religion established, or let us say a movement established by a whore. Salafi, they claim that they are the one who is following the true Islam, but both of them, they are following the same. Do those people believe in beating wives? He said, I saw in his interview, that his wife says, and he mentioned how, like in a funny way, how his dad, he say it. He says, two wife is bad life, right? Two wives is bad life. What does have to do with this? Is that what this Sufi believe, or this what his dad? Maybe his dad is poor, but that is not the Sufi. The Sufi believe in many wives. They like to have many wives. They practice Islam the way it is. They beat women. They insult women. The difference between them, those Sufi, they like to dance. They like music. That's all. When this a group of people, they found Islam very solid, solid as a concrete. I mean, not solid as a belief. Solid as a concrete. It's dead. There's nothing there. There's nothing. So they, from previous cultures, they have a music, they dance. So we need some music. So they add those things to their cult. And then we need a leader. Okay, the caliphate is God. So the Salafi, they say we should accept only the caliphate. Well, the Sufi, they say it's the same. But there's no caliphate now. So what we would do, we have a sheikh, and he will be our master. But the Muslim Salafi, they do the same. Osama bin Laden is a master for his group. Every group have a master. It's the same. So when they present something to you in those interview, Christians, sadly, they promote lies without knowing. Like if this guy is talking to me, I will say to him, hold on, what are you talking about? You are the same. Okay, you said your dad is against having multiple wives, but is that what the Sufi teach? Are you against the Quran? Isn't it the Quran say? So, you know, we put words between the lines and we make ourselves look different. But in reality, Sufi are more aggressive. Is Qadarov and the Shishan are friendly Muslims? What this guy is talking about? Yeah, what they are talking about? So they, you know, the interview, all of it present like, okay, oh wow, those Sufi are really people of philosophy, and they have a different level of understanding and respecting others. This is not the case. This is not the case. There is nothing called Islamic mystic and not mystic. It's just, you know, words. They are empty words. They are just empty words. They have no meaning. All Muslims, they believe in the same garbage. There was a program of Ahmadiyya in Arabic. So I made a video. In the program, they were talking about beating wives. Ahmadiyya in Arabic teaching that beating wife is the right thing. I made a video about them. YouTube removed my video in 15 minutes, not even 15 minutes, in the speed of light. If you speak to Ahmadiyya, they try to present themselves that they are different. We are really not the same, you know. Ahmadiyya are very friendly Muslims, but this is only when they are a minority between the majority. When Ahmadiyya is the majority, they will kill you. When Ahmadiyya is the minority, and this is the case for all Islamic sects. So when a Shia are living in Egypt, the Shia, they have no voice and they are victims of discrimination. So they behave and they try to present themselves differently. But when the Shia are majority in Iran or in Iraq, is a different story. And this is the same scenario everywhere. So Sufi is no different. All those names you hear from time to time, they hate each other, yes. They are very much divided. But at the end of the day, all of them, they agree with certain things. Violence, hatred, and enmity to non-Muslims. All of them. You will not find one of them. Don't believe in that. So this interview, I found it very funny and very silly and present nothing of truth. Absolutely nothing of truth. And you know, like when this guy, he mentioned Salah ad-Din, shouldn't David Wood ask him, okay, tell us about Salah ad-Din. He was a good Sufi. Salah ad-Din, he slaughtered tons of Christians. He was a rapist. He was a criminal. You know, what is Salah ad-Din? You know, people, they reach their history from TV. Like there's a Western movie about Salah ad-Din and the Crusade. All the movie is false. Not a single incident in the movie is true. It's a movie. And people now, they think that this is what happened. I wondered if there is any reason, anything in the Quran, Hadith on the reason why Jesus appeared on the cross. You mean if it's appear or the reason? I don't know what do you mean. I wonder if there is anything in the Quran, Hadith on the reason why Jesus appeared on the cross. So you mean why he is not in the cross, but it appeared? Because Allah, he wanted to save him, supposedly. Allah wanted to save him. However, Muhammad, he took that from you know, there is a kind of gospels we Christians we don't accept. They are fabricated. They are written long after Jesus. They call them the what they call them in English? I forgot the word. So those Bibles they speak because Jesus, he is Son of God. Well, there's no way that the Father will let him on the cross. So most likely he made this is the appearance of Jesus. So Muhammad he copied those stories from those false books. But at the same time, the stupid Muhammad he forgot that those people they don't believe that Jesus is nobody. They believe still Jesus is God. But because he's God, there's no way the Father will let it happen and he will be in the cross. Obviously, he made someone look like him. This was an understanding of some, but this is false. Muhammad, he took it, he put it in his book. But by adopting that idea, he made a big poop. Why? Because now the biggest question we ask Muslims, why Allah did not save Muhammad from the poison which is given to him by a Jew, but Allah he saved so-called Isa from the Jews, same people. Why he don't want to save Muhammad, but he saved Isa? So Muhammad, as the Quran says in chapter 9, verse number 60, he's an ear. He's an ear. He listened things, he copied them, he put them in his book. Do we have any Muhammadan? Don't forget to subscribe. And if you are a Muslim, please feel free to call us. We will be happy to have you. And we encourage Muslims actually to debunk what we say. They don't dare. You see, I wonder actually why even Muslims they line up to talk there, but nobody wanna come here. Because there they can survive. Here they have no place. There is a friendly conversation. It's a chocolate, coffee shop. You say whatever you want. I say whatever I want. We laugh, you laugh. There's nothing serious. When I listened to it, I was like, what? This is really what Sufi is about? That's it? They don't believe the guy, he said he took two women to the Salafi mosque, and those women, the Salafi, they start asking them, like if they are married, if they are single, and I said, oh man, they are looking at them. So now he is the Sufi. They don't do that? They don't? The Salafi, they do that? The Sufi, they don't? Really? Are you serious? It was a very funny, let me see if I can.
For a Muslim man to marry a Jewish or Christian woman.
And he said that his dad, he married a woman from a Jewish family. What are you talking about? Where is that Jewish family? Where are you from? Where is Jewish? I mean, you can say whatever you want. And then he claimed that he is a half Jew, half. So if your mom, she married your dad, and you claim she is from a Jewish family, and now you are half Muslim, half Jew as an ethnic, and your name is Jesus? What do you mean your name is Jesus? Your name is Isa. Isa is not Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah, but go ahead on all that.
Which is funny. So in the Muslim community, I'm Muslim. In the Jewish community, I'm Jewish.
How is that? What the heck? Can you believe it? This is a joke. This guy cannot be serious. What do you mean in the Jewish community? Do you have any proof that you are from the Jewish community? How you can be in the Jewish community? You are a Jew. You tell me. So this guy is everything. He's a Jew, he is Isa, and he is a Sufi.
That's funny.
That's funny.
And then my name's Jesus, so there
His
you
name
go.
is Jesus.
It's a very wild space, but
that is all three of the big ones right there.
Yes,
all rolled into one.
United Nation.
Yes. And I mean, I've read the whole New Testament. I
hey,
love
that is, by the way, that is funny. That is funny. Muslim father, Jewish mother, and they name you Jesus.
That's right.
Isa.
Well, their teacher, their spiritual God.
He did not name Jesus. He named him Isa. What are you talking about? Isa is not Jesus.
God was a part of it, because that's a big thing in Sufism. People have a spiritual guide, you know, that they follow, like a mentor or a person who, like, this is the way that I would view Sufism to help people understand. It's very much like Jedi religion. You see a lot of that, like Buddhism, Sufism, and even like Christianity has the same thing, because Jesus is, for a lot of people, would be like the ultimate Sufi. He's the big spiritual master that teaches the students with esoteric knowledge.
See? So now he put a lot of poison in his statement, and suddenly Jesus is just a spiritual master, and he is a Sufi too. So the Sufi are people who they are the same, the Sufi masters, they are the same as Jesus. But if we go check out what is a Sufi is, you will see that the Sufis are fraud. Sufi sheikhs, they use their authority to be worshipped, to act like God. If we show you some videos, you will die laughing. Let us see if I can show you. Music and dance and hold on. There's a funny video, but I don't want to play it. Those are the Shishan, the Sufi Shishan. Let us see, hold on. The Sufi Shishan. I just found this one. I was looking for something else to show you how the Sufi leaders are. You will die laughing. It's just another form of paganism mixed with Islam. That's why many Muslim Sunni, they don't approve them to be Muslims. Okay, this is the Shishan. Here we go. This is Qadarov. Those are the Muslim Sufi. And now they are worshipping Allah. So those people, they are pagan. They converted to Islam by sword. And now Islam forbidden music. There's no music in Islam, haram. So what we do? We justify, so we can do it. So when we can do dance, so we say, oh, you can play music for Allah. We cannot play music for party, but we can play music for Allah. We can dance for Allah. This is the Sufi. And now time for circle. Don't forget the circle. What is this? Kadarov. And the one out of the circle, they are still moving. Look, and now faster, 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 faster. Faster, 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 faster. What is this? What is this? So, you know, they present for you a very false picture of so-called Sufi. Sufi is just a state of mental illness. Those people, they are under a lot of stress in their life. And they try to find a way to get away with their stress. because Islam forbid everything. So now we are in a society where music is forbidden. Okay, how we can enjoy music after today? Dance is haram. Okay, how we can dance? We will find a solution. All their behavior is to get out of what is forbidden. As simple as that. And literally they worship the sheikh, their leader. He mentioned there is, their leader, you go, you touch him, you shake your head, you kiss his hand. It's a madness. This is the Sufi. That's what this guy is talking about. Ah, this is a Muslim video speaking about them, that those people will go to hell. And look now, the Sufi sheikh, he just touched the guy. And look what happened to him. He started jumping like electricity in his body. Yeah, because he presents Allah. This is their leader. He hit him now in his face. The sheikh, he hit the guy in his face and he fell down in the ground. Yes, hit him. And now the other guy, he come kissing his foot and kissing. And now right away, when you kiss him, you start shaking your head. And then he like move his hands. The guy is going to fall down now. Look at this. That's it. This is the Sufi. But this is not what is the interview of David Wood is showing us. This is not what the interview. Anyone who watched the interview of David will think that this is a serious religion and there's something good in it there. But it's nothing but a scam. Look at this. I want to go and shake his hand and I will see what will happen to me. This guy here have a high voltage electricity. Look. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean it's just an endless madness. So when they promote, or let us say they bring for us somebody to present a religion, we should not let the person say as what he want. We should question, we should check out. Otherwise, we are going to deliver a false information to our audience, which usually they are the Christians. Sufism is not what this guy said. Sufism is very ugly and very violent. And they practice everything Muslim they practice. They beat women. They do jihad. They kill. Everything Muslim they practice. The difference is they have different way of practicing, like what we saw. But that does not make them better Muslims. Is Kadarov is a nicer Muslim from the other Muslims? Sadly, those interviews actually can deceive a lot of Christians. Uh, let me see. Yeah, let's see if we can show you this one. And they copy each other. This is, let us see this one. This is one of their big leaders, famous leaders. But let me see first what the video is about before I play it for you. Hmm. And they put eyeliner like Muhammad, and, you know, I mean, madness, madness. So here we go. Let's see this one. This is one of their leaders. I hope the picture is coming clear from your side.
يرى الشيخ حازم أبو غزالة أن المهم في الطريقة الصوفية.
This guy is just making comment. We don't want that. We thought he was going to do. Yeah. So this is one of their sheikh. He is a leader. They kiss his hand. They believe he can send them to heaven. He put eyeliner around his eyes, as you see. You know, if you touch his hand, you go to heaven. Look at this. You know, you dance. Yeah, you know, you dance. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. And now we see the music, and you know, what is this? Look at this. The guy is jumping like a monkey in the front of the sheikh. Yeah, it's a party time. Yeah. What this guy doing? Look, you know. Yeah, those are in Egypt. Yeah, faster. Come on, higher. You know. Yeah. What you can do? Faster, faster, faster. Come back, come back, come back. Go back, go back, go back, go back.
يجمعون.
Yeah. Too bad there's the original sound is not there to play it for you. Maybe I can find the original sound, you would die laughing. What is this? And not to mention the crimes they do. From sex with the children to discriminating women to everything is garbage. But if you watch the whole interview with David Wood, oh, those Sufi are really nice people, you know, very friendly, very, very nice. You would like to be with them. Look at this one. Let us see this one. Give me a second. Look at this. Let us see the sound. Where is the sound? Those are Turkish. Aman Rabbi Aman. Welcome to Turkey. Aman Rabbi Aman. You know, the Lord, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. Here in this interview, there's nothing but false information. And what make it more not right, that David Wood, he just received the information. He don't question it. He don't say, oh, so you Sufi don't beat wives? Oh, so you Sufi don't marry multiple wives? Oh, you Sufi don't have sex with the children like this Salafi? So the conversation was about Sufi versus Salafi, but there's no true information about the Sufi. I know what to say.
Christian Prince, sorry to interrupt, but can you please play the video of them dancing in the circle again? That one was
I don't
killing me.
understand. Hold on. What?
Can you please play the video of them dancing in the circle again? You know, the one where they were going around in the circle, stomping on the floor. That one was killing us, please.
Yeah, you can search for Sufi dance. You will find tons of them. You will find them.
Okay. All right. Do you know the title of that specific one?
The one I saw actually that doesn't have the original music, original sound. So it
No,
doesn't.
the one where they were going around in the circle. They first of all
All
started
of them, they do
stomping.
the same. All of them do the same. You know, the band. Sometimes they are tired, they sit down. Sometimes they go in circle like monkeys. Yeah, all of them are the same. Yeah, just search for it and you will find it.
Okay. All
There
right.
is
Thank
one
you.
somebody added music to it. It sounds very funny, but it's not really. It's not the
The
original
original.
sound. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Let us see. This is a Sufi. Hold on. This one is a nice Sufi. Okay, this is a Sufi. They are now worshipping Allah, brother, the Sufi. And now when you receive the inspiration from Allah, you will do something special.
يوم به تعليم خبز كامل فرد عصر أمانات
He's beating
الرجال
him.
يطويها
He's whipping the
الطير
guy. The big sheikh is whipping them. They go down on the ground and he whip them.
إن شاء الله تعالى نريد أن نسمع منك كلمة تكون لنا نبراسا وتكون لنا هداية وتكون لنا زادا نتزود به حتى نلقى الله سبحانه وتعالى كما تفضلت أبي بنصحنا وإرشادنا.
Go down, go down. This is their master now. The yo-yo time.
بطل أرزاقي من غيري.
Anyway, by the way, there is some false Christians. They do some crazy stuff too, but those are not. This is not nothing to do with Christianity. The Muslim they will say the same to you. They will say this is have nothing to do with Islam. This is what they will say to you. Well, but those are still Muslims. And when you ask Muslims how many Muslims there's in the earth, they count all the Muslims in Turkey. Okay, do you count the Sufi Muslims or not? They count all the Muslims in Chechnya. They count all those Egypt. They count the Sufis. There's a massive number of them. So what you say to us 1.6 billion, you should say maybe 100 million Muslim left. Shia are not Muslims. Sufi are not Muslims. Ahmadiyya not Muslims. Durus are not Muslims. Blah, 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 not Muslims. So who's a Muslim? When they want, they count everybody. But here in this interview, I mean, those Sufi sound like a perfect and they make sense. And there is a philosophy behind it. And it's just nothing to even to mention. It's good or in any way, in any mean. Just a mental illness. Let us see this one. Hold on. You want to see more, guys, or enough? Do you want to see more of the Sufi or enough comedy? Now imagine you spend the whole day, not to mention, they bring women. A woman, she cannot have kids. The sheikh, he makes something called mawlid. This is mawlid, by the way. This is called, they call it mawlid or mulid. So they bring women to the sheikh, and by the help of Allah, they will have a child in 9 months from now. You know what I'm talking about. And look now his dress. Do you see the dress? Supposedly now they are presenting the poor ones, but they are not poor. So why you make a dress like this? I mean, if you are poor, like in the old days, if somebody is poor, like he put fabric from here, he have a hole, he cover it with different color, whatever he can find. So now he is supposedly they are the poor. They are for the sake of Allah, but all of them they are. Look at the carpet, look at the hole. I mean, they are not poor. Do you see how massive the room? This is not a place for poor. Do you see the silver ware in the middle, expensive stuff? It's just a mental. لا. ايوه drugs حشيش. That's enough. Yeah, and there is even women. I mean, there's the crazy stuff. Like if I search right now for, let us see, hold on. This is from England, but we need the one with the original sound. Hold on. Oh boy. Yeah, I found one actually, but the somebody making commentary in it. It's not the original sound, which make it lose its value. It is. Let us see this one here. Well, this one is over R-rated, so we cannot use it. Let us see this one. Yeah, some of them, they are very dirty, actually, very dirty. So we have to be careful. And I'm serious about, the dirty thing. Oh, this one maybe is acceptable. So those are Sufi. And this is the women now. The women party with men. look like somebody made this video. We cannot even watch the original one. Yeah. So like they bring women and yeah, too bad they have to add their stupid things to the video, so we cannot watch it. Let us see. Maybe we can find something here. Ah, this is a Pakistan Sufi. Let us see. Hold on. What the heck is this? Is that for real or? Oh no, this is somebody making comedy. Hold on. Ah, this is Qadarov in Shishan. Here we go. Qadarov himself. You want to see Qadarov jumping like a monkey? Here we go. I'll get you Qadarov. Mr. Qadarov, a true Muslim, drug dealer. Yeah, so like in this funny so-called interview with Sufi mystic with David Wood, it was a joke. Qadarov. Faster, Qadarov. Look at Qadarov, look. Oh. Hold on. Stop. Don't you guys feel so peaceful? Let us be honest here. Aren't you feeling the peace and the spirituality? Like the guy in the interview with David Wood, he says, well, Sufi is the same as the Christians. Like Jesus is like a spiritual master. Do you see the spiritual masters they have? This is a spiritual. And David Wood did not say, what are you talking about? Like, what's Jesus like? You know, those are criminals. What spiritual master? There is no peace in this. This is evil. Look at Qadarov, look at him. Faster.
Медична лабораторія.
Qadarov. So guys, here, if you go and check, let me see the page. Give me a second. This page. Another one, hold on. This is another one. They are, just give me a second. Qadarov. Let us see this one here. Ah. There is some of them, they are really dirty, but you cannot show. Ah, those look like they are Indonesian. Maybe those are Indonesian. Let us see. Ah, where are they from? They look like they are from. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't see faces. Look at the face. Oh, she's white. She's white. She's not Asian. Those are Egyptian. Hey, hey, hey. So anyway, this is the Sufi which David Wood he brought to you in a very wrong way. Now I don't know. I mean, David Wood always he do some weird stuff. When we bring somebody to speak about his religion, either we are just to give him a chance to give us false information and he lie, or we are bringing him to see how much truth is in his belief. So what was the purpose of this interview? You leave your comment and you tell me. You know, I have nothing against David Wood. He's trying supposedly to bring you something new. But if we bring you something and we don't deliver to you true information, then we are attribute like giving a hand for Islam to give us false information. Anyone who watched this video of David Wood with this guy, he would think now that Sufi are nice people and they are friendly. They don't tell you that those are the drug dealers, Qadarov. This is Erdogan. Those are the Turkish. This is the Ottoman. Those are the one who commit massive genocide. This is Salah ad-Din, the most aggressive criminals in history against Christianity and Judaism are Sufi. They don't say that to you. But if you watch the interview, you know, this guy is fantastic. He's a philosopher. He presents to you Islam in a different way.
You know, with esoteric wisdom and
wisdom.
Yeah, like it's so like when I read like anything in the New Testament, I'm like, oh, I jive with this, I jam with this. You know what I mean? Like all of these kind of mystical teachings that put you at a higher level of thinking. It's not just like intellect; it's like wisdom. So
it's not even intellect; it's wisdom. It's wisdom. It's you know what are you? It's not even intellect; it's wisdom. And David would shake his head. Yes, yes, you agree. What is this? Why David would he agree with this? How this is true? Shouldn't you ask him what is the wisdom in that? What are you saying to us? When somebody says to me, I bring him as a Muslim, is that because just because he's a friendly, so we bring him and he can say whatever he wants? So the guy is a nice guy? But those are more dangerous because those they give us false narrative about Islam. Many who watch this program, he will say, okay, now from now on, he hear somebody saying the word Sufi. Oh, we saw in David Wood video, the guy was nice. They are nice people. But this is absolutely false. The most aggressive criminals in the history of Islam, they were Sufi. Always when we try to present an information, either we give it as it is in a full knowledge, or we better not to do so, because then we can fool people. But we can say, I mean, this is how David Wood he do his work. This is how he do it. Here we don't do that. And this guy, by the way, he is welcome to join me if he care to prove me wrong in what I'm saying. Go ahead. Prove us wrong. Do they believe in multiple marriage? Yes. But in the video he says, my dad, he says, more wives, bad life. What does this have to do with Islam? Your dad? Is that what the Sufi believe? All the Sufi, they have multiple wives. Do you believe in beating women? Do you believe in having sex with the children? They believe in everything the Muslim Sunni they believe in. What separates them is they have leaders which the Sunni don't approve. And they have those rituals. Otherwise, the rest is the same. There's no different. They mix philosophy with, but the core of Islam is there. The hatred is there. The jihad is there. The different, they do different dance, they do different act, but they are the same. Anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe. I think maybe it's time for me to go. Who wanna have some coffee with me? Anyone? Wanna have some coffee? Morning coffee. So we came on this time, so you guys, we will see if this time is good for Asia, so I can come more. If not, then I will switch a different time. And you know, after many hours, we have only few. I hope people will subscribe and to bring more people, so we can come in different time and we can provide our service to people who exist in different territory. I want to say thank you all for being here. I appreciate having you, and I hope we learned something good for today and for tomorrow. And be careful. Not everyone who speak about Islam, he can present Islam in a correct way. Having interview with Muslims will be a very negative for us as a Christians if we don't get the benefit of this interview. If the interview will not expose that there is something wrong there, so what the point of this interview? This guy, he came, he started saying things. He present the Sufi spiritual high class. They are about wisdom. There are people who believe in God. There are people who believe in mercy, love, harmony, peace. Absolutely garbage. When this guy himself, he mentioned Salah ad-Din, shouldn't David Wood say to him, so what kind of a man Salah ad-Din is? He's a very evil man. He destroyed villages of Christians, burned them, he raped women, he took churches, he burned churches, he stole the crosses, the gold inside the churches, anything, the silverware, anything the Christians they own. He took their chicken, he took their cows, he took their animals, he took the children as slaves, and then what? We speak about wisdom and high authority, and the guy himself, he mentions Salah ad-Din to you. So bringing somebody to my channel, he's a Muslim. I will never allow him to give us poison and lies. It's my duty, because I'm the one who brought him here, to check facts of what he's saying. You see, if this guy is saying something truthful, I will not argue. If this is what they are, I will say, okay, well, this is what they are. You know what I mean? If those people believe in spirituality and wisdom, and they don't believe in hating Christians and marrying children and beating women and all the garbage in Islam, I would say, okay, this guy is, this sect is a nice sect then. But this is not true. Those are the most evil ones in history of Islam. Actually, they killed more Christians than the Salafi. So it's very, very, I know what to say, very disappointing. Sufi. All right. I want to say thank you all for being here, and I hope you guys just subscribe, invite your friends. And again, I created a code. I posted in Patreon. You can share the code screenshot with your friends. They can search the code, QR code, and they can find my ramble. And please tell everybody how many Sufi in the world. We do not know, but there are hundreds of millions. Hundreds of millions. Huge number. Massive. Share with your friends. Tell them about us coming to Ramble so they can join us. And until we see you soon again, I say, may the Lord bless you. God is good. So is Jesus. And there is no good in Islam. And again, I repeat my challenge to the Abduls, to the Abdul Sheikhs, who they claim they have knowledge, like this guy. He speak English. He have no excuse to say, I cannot debate Christian Prince. I will call him. He can choose the time, even if it's for me like 3 a.m. in the morning. I will come to debate him. He can choose the time. He can choose the date. We go live, and you will see that those are not what they claim to be. They have zero knowledge of Islam. They are just businessmen. Literally, nothing but businessmen. And I warn the Christians too. There's many Christians who they are like those people. They are just businessmen. They don't believe in God. They don't care for God. They don't have nothing to do with God. They have nothing to do with Jesus. But they are just doing business. Nothing personal. It's just business. They have nothing personal with God. But the difference between those false priests and the false Christians, who they are serving the devil, but they are wearing the clothes of a sheep, but they are wolves. The difference between them and Islam, Muhammad himself is the wolf. Muhammad himself is a businessman. In Christianity, those people will go to hell. In Islam, Islam is a business. Even the Quran describe the Islam as a tijara. Tijara mean a bazaar. If you go in the Quran right now and you type the word tijara, what you will see? A bargain. Should I tell you a bargain? It's a tijara. Muhammad is a businessman. All of those is tijara. Look at this. Shall I lead you into a bazaar of a business, of a commerce, which will make you avoid the torment of hell? It's a bazaar. It's a tijara. It's a commerce. And the Quran is full of it. So if their God himself described his relationship with them as a commerce, so what do you expect? Islam for them is nothing but a tijara, is a commerce. When a Muslim he give money to the mosque, he's not giving mosque money. He is doing investment. That's why the verse after it says, you give your money to the Prophet. And if you do so by doing jihad by your money, you cannot do jihad by your sword. Okay, give us jihad, give us money. If you do so, then Allah will forgive your sin. Do you see the investment? So you give Muhammad your money. What is the investment as a result? Your sin is forgiven. In Christianity, that will not work. Never work. It doesn't matter how much donation you give, you are not investing with God by money. They don't give money because they believe in God or just because of fear. Fear, you know, this is why he keeps talking about hell, what will happen to you. So there is a speech of Muhammad. He came from the mosque and he told the women, oh women, away to you. I saw the majority of women in hell are women. So women, they said, what we did. He says, you are half a brain and you are disobedient to husband. And Allah, so one of the women, she said, okay, so what we will do? And then the Prophet, he said to them, give alms, give alms, give money. The women, they start taking their rings and their bracelet. And Muhammad, he ordered his slaves to open his dress. And women, they start throwing their jewelries. So he just said to them, the majority of women, they will go to hell. But now, because they gave their bracelet and their gold to Muhammad, they are going to go to heaven. Cannot be from God. You don't go to heaven because you donate a bracelet. A second ago, they were going to go to hell. And now just because they give you their earring and their rings and their jewelries, they are good? All cult leaders, remember that. Cult leaders, they want three things: money, sex, power. Money, sex, power. So they take the money of their followers, they sleep with the women of their followers, and they want power to take control of their followers. It's all about this. And they are connected. Sex is money. Money is sex. You have money, you have sex. You have many women, that means you are rich. And rotates, as an example. This is why the Quran allows men to be pimps, to do prostitution. So be careful, not everything look appearance like this guy in the interview with David Wood. It sounds like, okay, this is a nice, those Sufi are really friendly. They are about philosophy and spirituality. It's just nothing but garbage. In fact, there's nothing spiritual in what they do. What this dance is about. This is spirituality. It's about going high. So you start jumping like monkeys, and because you are with a group, you go high. It's literally drugs. Or you go around yourself non-stop. It's a form of drugs. And sadly, some Christians allow them to promote their lies between us. So I want to say thank you all for being here. And I hope those who listen to us today, they will deliver my challenge to this Abdul. His name, Ustaz Adi Hidayat, sorry. Hidayat. Ustads. And you know, when somebody calls himself Ustad, that is even more horrible. You know, when I type, Master Christian Prince, but I'm Christian Prince. And then I call myself Master. Guys, are you getting how silly it is? What is that? Why are you calling yourself Ustad? If somebody call you such a title, okay, we will let it go. But you call yourself Master? Ustad? Really? So what I will call myself now? Imagine you say, you make a title of yourself, Genius Christian Prince. Who said that? Christian Prince, the genius. The knowledgeable Christian Prince. The scholar. I mean, this is the title. You type it by your hand about yourself. Do you see how silly and how much they worship their titles? They worship titles, or they are seeking titles. Thank you all. God bless you, and see you soon again. God is good, so is Jesus, and Islam is nothing but a fraud. Thank you. Take care.